Wait for. You lied to me. Y'all lied to me. Come on, why they gotta lie to me? You guys told me that, baby, you want, baby, I know. You guys told me versus Crawford was the biggest fight. The biggest fight. This is what y'all told me. The biggest fight in boxing history and all this. This feels like bro. This feels trash. This buildup has been pathetic. I'm talking horrible, horrible, whatever you want to say, bro. This has been absolutely embarrassing to the sport of boxing. And I talk my talk because I'm big money ego. I'm going to keep talking my talk. Ain't no one going to do nothing about it. I'm going to keep talking this talk because y'all not proving me wrong. Prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong, but I can't because I'm great. I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. Y'all not proving me wrong. Everything I said is tracking. It's not clocking to y'all. Bro, this is not they lying. Straight up liars. Yeah, come on, no, they some liars. Someone said I watched it on mute and it was trash. It was booty. Kamal Oz, shout out to my brother Kamal. You lied to me. You lied to me. Return of the Mac. Bro, they lied to us. This promotion is garbage. Horrible. I don't care how much money Turkey got. This ain't it. You guys go, oh, ring, bro. And then they be lying some more. They be like, we got a big announcement. Where the big announcement? The only thing I seen is Cappinger, Kellerman, and somebody else got a show. That's the big announcement? Bro, that ain't no big announcement. Ain't not bigger than Boxingego. I'm by myself. How that a big announcement? Because you do a show one time a week. I do a show every day. Come on, bro. Y'all know this is trash, bruh. This is straight up trash. And I told you, I've been waiting to get proven wrong. Y'all can't prove me wrong because you know I'm right. I'm glad you've been doing more live videos, Ego, the best in the business. Shout out to Octavia. Yeah, I'm doing more lives. The game need me. The game on life support without me. Hey, somebody said Little Caesars Pizza type of event. Bro, this is, I don't even know where to begin. Yesterday, they done put my boy Canelo and Crawford on a moat, on a raft, and then paddled them out to the middle of a fountain to take a picture. They stood 15 feet apart with Dana White and Turkey in between them. Bro, this is not it. Who asked for this? That face, listen, because I know the Bud Buddies and the Canelo, the Cinnabons, they going to get in here. They going to get in here and start crying. They're going to start crying. They was crying in there. They was making feminine women just as the noise. They was crying in there. Bro, every time I talk that talk, they're going to start crying. But you know what I'm saying is right. I got to work, Ego, chill. Man, keep working. I'm just telling the truth. What the F was this red carpet grand arrival? Bro, they doing too much. That's what it is, Tony. They trying so hard to find, they throwing on a wall, hoping something stick. I told you, they should have threw Boxingego a bag. I would have had you right. You do it yourself, this is what you get. You ain't got enough stamps to your passport, bro. Boxing is a secret society. They have no self-awareness of what the fans really want. First of all, if they did, they wouldn't even made this fight. They would have made David Benavidez and Canelo. Judah, what's up? The best in the business, and it's not even close. Ego getting to the money, though. Man, I've been putting out fire content. Y'all better stop playing with me. And I got a new series that it's like an extension to a series that I do. These boys want to be like me. Bro, they can't. My work is impeccable. My defense is impregnable. I'm just ferocious. I want his heart. I want to eat his kids. Praise be to Allah. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no one in boxing by themselves that can outwork me. Nobody. And I'm talking about content. Putting out quality content. There's no way on earth you can watch my videos and then watch them other guys, Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, them other guys, and tell me the quality matches. I could put out a whole bunch of rush videos, 2, 3, 4 minutes. But I'm giving you guys tangible things. I always want to give you guys some Easter eggs. You know what I mean? Some things to think about. Not just like, I mean, imagine if I do a bunch of shock jock videos. Think about it. I'm putting out 30-minute videos, 15-minute videos. How many? 30 minutes, right? We'll just round up to 5. How many 5-minute videos can you fit into a 30-minute video? 5 times 6 is 30. So that means I could do 6 5-minute videos in the amount of time that it takes to do one quality 30-minute introspective boxing talk video. But I'm not here for that. I don't want to just rush out 6 5-minute videos so you guys are like, oh, feast on this. I'd rather take the time with it, you know what I mean? and break down some things and get all of my thoughts out and give you guys stuff to think about. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, scram. Javon Freeman. That cracked me up. Hold on. They're grasping for straws and it's terrible for boxing. I love y'all. Cause right over here, we keeping it the real. I don't care. I ain't been paid off. I ain't sold out. This ain't for sale, bro. I'll work with anybody if the business makes sense, but I gotta be me. The undercard, trash. The promotion, trash. Max Kellerman lost a step. Bro, on HBO back in the day, I used to look at Max Kellerman. I'm like, okay, he got some heat. Max Kellerman got some heat. No, them days is gone, bro. I don't know if it's him getting fired from First Take or whatever, being out the loop, but he doing like the old media jig, talking about he had Canelo and he talking about is this the biggest fight of your career, bro? Get the up out of here. Please stop. Canelo got almost 70 fights. And you think ashy ass Bud Crawford is the biggest fight of his career. Get the out of here, bro. Bro, I can't allow people in boxing to pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. If you can and you want to get stoned, I want to pee on you. You want that R. Kelly treatment? That's your business. I can't accept that. Drip, 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 pee, pee, pee. I want to pee on you. Bro, if you like to get killed, oh. I want a cookie. Said I want a cookie. Bro, if you want to get treated that R. Kelly, step, in the name of love, looking at Chocolate Factory, have at it. But I can't allow that. Ain't nobody gonna pee on Boxingego though. Y'all can get stoned all y'all want. Yeah, I'm not accepting that, bro. You ain't finna just tell me whatever you want and I'm rocking with it and I don't have no thoughts about it. That's why they mad. Mr. Shav 81, the undercard is trash. Yeah, it's trash. They relying on the main event. Bro, they need to rely on prayer, Jesus or something, because that card is trash. Judah Warrior sent $5. He said, like Chris Cross, you got to warm it up, ego. I know you didn't take it back to Chris Cross. Hey, y'all tripping, bro. This man brought up Chris Cross. He said, warm it up, Chris. I'm about to warm it up, Chris, because that was I was born to do. Warm it up. Hey, I ain't going front. Hey, listen, I'm real hip hop. I can't even front. Chris Cross is better than a lot of the new rappers. Rest in peace to Chris Kelly. Bro, I can't front. Chris Cross is really like nicer than these new rappers. Like, and that was a kids group, but they was raw though. Remember when they became teens? Tonight, please, my whole crewmates, G. Tonight's the night, lady. So blow up on these tonight. Bro, they kind of came back. Bro, his hair, the light-skinned one, hair was down here. They came with some hit. I didn't miss it, Kamal. I'm talking. I'm going to get to it. I have it saved. I'm not going to miss your super chat, bro. Bro, when Chris Cross came back and he had the long braids, that tonight's the night, bro, when there was like multiples of them. Please, my whole crewmates, G. Tonight's the night, lady, so blow up on these. Tonight's the night I call up all the girls I used to go to school with, fool with, and all them ninjas that I'm cool with. Let them all know that my mom's is gone and it'll be tomorrow before she comes back home. Ding dong, say no more. He said, we came here to part. Get it crunk, get drunk, and leave your house with somebody true it. Usually not represented right, but I'm the MACDADDY and tonight. Bro, come on, bro. They was spitting. Or what's that song with the Brat? I think Aaliyah was on it. live and die for hip hop, they was coming crazy. The brat, she don't get her just due. The brat was killing. Hold on, how does that verse go? The brat live and die for this hip hop. Live and die for hip hop. I remember she was like, more than the woman like the Bee Gees. I forgot how it started though. And JD had the beat slapping. Oh yeah, who choose to be the next ninja to step, get deleted by death? Undefeated ain't a thing to put that body to rest, chest filled with smoke. Yoking ninjas up by the collar, follow me cause my dollar's making more sense than common. Oh my God, bro, Brat was killing. She said, follow me cause my dollar's making more sense than common. Robbing you for your, robbing you for your money and your diamonds, endangering your species more than a woman like the Bee Gees. She was killing. Shout out to the Brat, bro. Females could really gas. These new females suck. Ice Spice. You was my duty. I had to go poopy. You was my poopy. Feeling real Rudy. Like, bro, get Ice Spice. She thick as hell, but get her out of here, bro. All right, Kamal Oz. Let's get to it. I'm back focused. I'm focused, man. Tell Scott to holler at me, man. Kamal Oz says, I know he about to cook you. I don't even know what he put, but I know it's about to be cookage. Difference between Al Heyman, PBC, and Turkey is that PBC doesn't have to gaslight or put a square peg in a round hole. Facts. PBC under promises but over delivers. Facts. Shout out to Kamal for the $10 and the cook up. As Deontay Wilder said, was understood, don't have to be explained. Oh my God. Kamal with all bars today. He dropping all bars. Pacquiao's return, I just wanted to see it as a boxing fan. They didn't have to oversell it. They didn't have to be like, oh, Pacquiao's the best shape. All they did, Pacquiao, we just seen him doing them little runs. I may want to do. Bro, and naturally, they are trying. It's called a try hard. Turkey, Ring, they are try hards. They trying too hard. Bro, they try hards. I'm Bruce Willis and Die Hard. It's different. I'm John McClane. Functified classic. Shout out to the Brett. The boy Max Kellerman said this is the biggest fight in Canelo's career. Cap. Stop the cap. This man done fought Golovkin. The first two fights were good with Golovkin. He done fought Cotto. He done fought Floyd Mayweather. And now he about to fight ashy ass Bud Crawford. And you think this is the biggest fight of his career. Get the out of here, bro. Y'all cap. Boxing full of cap. Cap artist. Out of 70, almost 70 fights, 65 fights or so, you think this is Canelo's biggest fight for real? See, I don't respect that, bro. He said Max without the facts. I don't respect because me and Kamal, we respect if you keep it real. Like, if it just naturally was the biggest fight ever, and that's what it is, cool. But when you trying to sell us something, we see that a mile away. This ain't bigger than Floyd and Cotto and Triple G. Stop. Stop. Bro, now I got to get to the Bud Buddies. You ashy motherfuckers. Try again, motherfucker. You ashy cornfield inbred children of the corn. I got something for y'all. The Bud Buddies, y'all are some liars too. Bro, you guys need lotion immediately. You guys are some liars. Let me explain. And smash the like button. I'm the last of a dying breed. I'm the realest. Hand over heart, I'm the realest in this. Bro, get your lotion, get your Curel, your Vino, your Jergens, your shea butters, your cocoa butters. Get all of that for these ashy Bud Crawford, Bud Buddy fans that lied to me. Y'all was in my comment section. You children of the corn, inbred, stickball playing motherfuckers, making a basketball hoop with a plastic bag looking motherfucker. Y'all lied, bro. Kamal says Z-Side Bud is the black bum love kid. Yeah, I said it. Bro, I'm going to tell y'all how the Bud Buddies lied. It's getting hot in here. I'm going to use my remote thermostat and turn the AC on. Cuz I got the Wi-Fi thermostat. It is paid by you haters. All y'all hating out there, I got the Wi-Fi thermostat. So I'm going to change the temperature real quick with the Wi-Fi thermostat paid for by y'all haters. Ooh, I don't even watch Boxingego no more. Well, somebody watching it because y'all paid for this. Hold on, let me put this AC on using my cell phone. Because it's starting to get hot in here. Okay, the AC just kicked on. I'm starting to calm down a little bit. So I know they can't talk like me. They don't have the confidence on the mic. They be stuttering and stammering. Stutter. They can't do it like me, bro. Okay, this is how the ashy Bud Buddies lied to me. I said this fight wasn't it. I said I don't think it is like what y'all making it. And the Bud Buddies, listen to me. The Bud Buddies said, man, Omaha's going to Vegas deep. We going to be like 400,000 deep. We going to take over Vegas. We going to be deep. This is what they said. They said Omaha comes through deep and there's 100 million man march finna be there to support Bud Crawford. Where was Omaha when Bud was getting booed viciously by the Canelo fans of Vegas? I thought y'all was taking over Vegas, huh? Y'all said, y'all told me, y'all told me that y'all was finna take over Vegas. Where, that's what I'm saying, Bud Buddies, you don't exist in the physical. You don't. When it come to buy Bud pay-per-view, the numbers be bad. Bob Arum told you. Terence Crawford, he's a good fighter, but I lose money on his black ass. When black ass Crawford, when he fights, I could have bought a house. And bro, Bob Arum done told you. Boxingego done told you. Where are y'all? Them was all Canelo fans. They was booing the bro, it was like Showtime at the Apollo the way they was booing him. They was like, boo! Bro, they was booing. They was booing like Casper. You feel me? You gotta feel me. They was booing the man viciously. And y'all said y'all was taking over Vegas though. When y'all come in? When the Omaha flight get in? You're like, man, Omaha's gonna show up and show. I don't care who win the fight. I'm just talking about the crowd. I'm talking about the crowd. Where was y'all? Y'all said y'all was gonna be out there. They stuck in the Nebraska cornfields because they wasn't there. Bro, they for sure wasn't there. He was getting booed. Bro, he was getting that Usher Alicia Keys. My boo is always that one person. My boo. It was like, boo this. Bro, hey, I ain't gonna front. Canelo fans, low key, they be racist, bro. Y'all didn't have to boo him because he dark skinned. Y'all had to do him like that. But I'm just telling you what happened. They was booing. They was like, boo. So yeah, he said, "Is Bud's Mexican?" Come on, disrespectful. Is Bud Crawford's Mexican apparel selling like Devin Haney's? You didn't have to. That's a good point, though. Kamal dropped a good point. So Bud put out the Mexicans for Bud shirts or whatever. Yeah, go sell them in Vegas because they was booing you. Yeah, sell them Mexican shirts to La Raza. Bro, That's a good point. Shout out to Kamal, bro. Go listen. They was like, Bud Crawford, hundreds and fifties, or big at titties. Count the green or get in between those titties. Who is Bud Crawford? bro, them essays was out there. They was booing, the essays was out there booing out of, it was booing out of Bud and Bomac. They was booing Omar. They was like, hey, Simone, let's wait for Canelo. We'll wait for Canelo to show. I'm not here for Bud. Only Bud I like to smoke. I like to smoke Bud. Bro, they said hundreds and fifties or big ass titties. Count the green or get in between those titties. Bro, they was they was booing him. Bud said his fans was finna be deep. Them essays was out there though. Yeah, shout out to the essays that was out there booing him. Bro, Mexicans, bro, I gotta give it to the Mexicans. Hold up. Listen. Mexicans really be about it because Trump doing all this tariff and ICE, and they really came out to boot. Bro, they was bro, they was really out there. I don't know what their status is, but they was not worried about no ICE. They was not worried about tariffs. They was out there to boo Bud. They really came out to they, I don't know. He was getting booed crazy, bro. They was not worried about nothing. They weren't worried about no Trump, no ICE. They wasn't worried about none of that. Crushed Ice, Ice Tea, Ice Cube, Ice Spice. They was just out there to boo that man. Y'all told me Omaha was coming out. Hold on, it get worse. And then the Grand Arrivals was terrible, so we got to make jokes. I got to do my set. Okay. Then Bomac, like Crawford already spoke, said his piece. Bomac grabbed the mic. He was about to eat it. Like it was some flaming hot Cheeto. He about to eat the mic. And he grabbed the mic from Max Kellerman, right? And I thought he was going to cook. Like, man, we about to knock Canelo out. I tried to bro, the man grabbed the mic and said, what time is it? Bro, there was like 2-3 motherfuckers talking about work time. There was like work time, West Side, work. Bro, he was like, what time is it? That crowd was silent night, deadly night out this motherfucker. That chant, that I don't know. That chant wasn't really working out there. They had like 2 people. And the Bud Buddies got the nerve to call people like pom-pom waver cheerleaders and stuff like that. Bud has an actual hype man, and he had 2-3 people chanting his chant. Them Mexicans wasn't out there chanting work time. They was not doing that, bro. So yeah, that chant looked bad. That chant looked bad because it was like 2 people that even responded to it. Bro, this fight is bad. This promotion is bad. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all can believe me, say I'm hating. My paycheck's still finna be the same. I don't care. Bro, there was 2 people saying, work time? Bud probably pay him, like you get $5 every time you say work time. You probably get some Bud Bucks. You know, like Chuck E. Cheese where you get them tokens? Bud probably give you Bud Bucks. I give you $30 if you say work time 3 times. Work time? Work time? Bro, that's how they get commission off their work time. Because there was nobody else saying it but his team. So they was running their little numbers up. Even AJ had the crowd saying hip hip hooray. Man, come on, bro. He got whooped by Usyk and then tried to rap. No, it's a rap. You trying to rap. Bro, why did he do that? And the UK is kind of weird, cuz. Why did he do that? Like, Usyk really whooped him and he started rapping. Hip, hip, hooray. He, like, bro, the UK is weird. AJ got out the ring, then went back in there and then started trying to rap with the hip, hip, hooray. He thought he was naughty by nature. Get down with OPP. Yeah, you know me. You down with OP? Bro. Wow. You have to be lying. Crawford was holding Turkey's hand. Come on, that didn't happen again. You ad-libbing, bro. I ain't see that. I ain't see no hand holding, bro. Come on. He thought he was Tretch. Bro. This fight feel bad to me. I do not like the vibes of it. The face-off was bad. The grand like let's be real. Let me be real. Let me cook. I will happily be wrong if I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I'm truly wrong, I'll admit it. I don't feel like I've been wrong with none of my reads. Then a couple y'all busters out there, y'all morks, sent me something. Dana White talking about they got the third live gate. Dana White been in boxing for like 2 days. Now you know about the biggest live gate. Come on, bro. And this is why I feel like it's misdirection, bro. And you're trying too much. Here's why. When in boxing history did they tell you the live gate before the weigh-in even? Like, damn near a week before the fight. Tell me when that happened. Tell me when a boxing live gate was announced way before the weigh-in, before the grand arrivals. Tell me when that happened. So that's why I don't just believe what somebody tell me when it don't really all the way make sense. Like, Mayweather Pacquiao was the most successful fight, but we come to learn that the metrics and the analytics after the fight. They don't tell you the pay-per-views. The only thing Espinoza or something will be like, we have a good indication that this will break records or it'll be good, blah, blah, blah. But how do you know all the definitive numbers that much prior to the fight? Yeah, 707, say it backwards. It. So that to me sounds weird. I don't know what the live gate will be, but it sounds weird. Another reason it feels forced is we are boxing fans and we don't feel the energy. The man said you can calculate it. How? Okay, Jerome and I said Jerome and we got a hot seat. He want to condescend me. Okay, so how do you calculate it? Tell me how you calculate it. You know so much about boxing. How do you calculate the live gate before all the tickets are sold? Watch what Jerome Bowman do. How do you calculate it before the date, before all the tickets are sold? And it's funny, y'all think y'all come in, the Bud Buddies be thinking that they're going to cook me and clip farm me and I'm going to look dumb. But we going to see. They be like, they trying to sound smart too. Well, technically, you can get out your Texas Instruments and you can calculate it if you really had the wherewithal. Am I right? Bro, what are you talking about? How do you know if it's open market, open to the public, all the tickets have not sold? How do you know exactly where your live gate's going to be? also, we haven't even made it to the weigh-in, right? Just hear me out. Hear me out. You did look dumb when Wilder got whooped the second time. Block him. Now you look dumb. You break my record. Now my shooters break you like I break your friend. Major League, man. Block him. We in 2025, this dumb son of a is talking about a fight from, I don't even know, 2018. Bro, that fight is almost like 10 years old now. We didn't survive pandemics and all types of stuff. You talking about Wilder, bro. Yeah, you got to go. If you got to go, you got to go. Oh, shout out to my boy Ray Jackson. Ray Jackson the fool. Hey, Ray Jackson, I'm going to send you a link one time and then we can chop it up, bro. Ray is funny. Follow him on Twitter. Bro, the Bud Buddies, y'all be lying. That's confirmed. Look, where Jerome at with his calculation? Where Jerome at with them calculation? You a liar. We got a $3 cash app from Anthony Celeste. It says, you are being the GOAT. Shout out to my boy Anthony. Appreciate you. Tunnel Vision. Man, Tunnel Vision be leaving so much heat in my comment section. Saying the live gate means nothing without the commission report to confirm it, what it actually is. Force feeding will never make a fight big. Ooh, now we cooking. That's why I feel like it's cap. Like, this is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like. Do y'all remember UFC Sphere? Sean O'Malley versus Merab? Turkey was involved with that. They spent like $22 million on production cost. $22 million. And then they came out and they said this was a bigger live gate. Like one of the top live gates in the UFC. It made $21 million. Bro, that sounds fishy. Here's why. The Sphere tickets were ridiculously high priced. Ridiculous. High priced. It didn't even look that dope, at least on TV. It didn't look that good. Sean O'Malley has never been bigger than Conor McGregor in his prime. So how do you got the top live gate when Conor McGregor, he's probably like the biggest fighter the UFC's ever seen. And he was competing at the same time as Ronda Rousey, so the UFC was pretty lit. You see what I'm saying? Because Ronda Rousey was a big star for the UFC. And they just had way more stars. They had John Jones, Conor, you know what I mean? You had Max Holloway, you had Dustin Poirier, you had Anderson Silva maybe, depending on what year. So Sean O'Malley and Merab did live gates like Conor McGregor. Man, stop. That's why I don't believe it. So to be honest, Turkey probably put the tickets on the market and majority of them are in the hands of resellers, or he's going to buy out the people and give away tickets to pack out the arena and then act like that's pure profit. Like 52 million people worth of tickets bought the tickets. Don't show it like, bro, come on, you dealing with a real one, bro. They gonna comp out 1 million tickets and act like the people bought them. Stop playing, bro. Yeah, shout out to Nate Diaz. He a real one. Yeah, Conor's fighting Nate Diaz, bro. Those fights was doing real numbers. Habib Nurmagomedov hated Conor McGregor. That was an awesome buildup. So you mean to tell me Merab and Sean O'Malley did comparable or beat those live games? Stop. So I don't care what they talking about. They lying. And like, here's the thing. To me, this proves that they're lying about the numbers. They're overselling it. When you seen James Cameron do what Ring Magazine is doing for Avatar or Titanic, James Cameron directed those movies. Shout out to Jim Cameron. Avatar is doing like a billion. Titanic's doing them billion numbers and trillion, all this money. You don't hear James Cameron being like, oh, blah, blah, blah. This is the biggest movie ever. The people that do the statistics, they was the ones saying this is the biggest movie ever, or it's in the top 3 or whatever, not the actual company. So you don't have to oversell it when you're actually in the winner's circle. You see what I'm saying? Max Kellerman is like, Canelo, is this your biggest fight ever? Canelo didn't really agree to it. He didn't really agree to it. And then Max tried to like, oh, but just saying. He was like, you mean the people around? I guess. Yeah. And then he kind of agreed to it. Canelo knows, bro, Canelo lying too. He know this ain't his biggest fight. People who deal with the UFC kept talking about the issues they had selling tickets for weeks, and then they showed no commission reports to confirm it. Tunnel vision. So that's what I'm saying. I don't care what Dana White talking about. He been in boxing for 2 days. And Turkey just going to buy up the empty seats anyway and give them out. Judah, shout out to Tunnel Vision again for the 5. Shout out to Judah Warrior, my boy up in here. Turkey is like the rich kid trying to be cool and get attention and recognition to hang out with everyone, to fit in, but everyone know he a lame still. Bro, we had people like that in high school. I almost said the dude's name. I don't know why I did. I almost slipped because there's no reason for me to put him on blast. But his name started with a D. Pause. This dude, and his parents had bread for whatever. His dad was like a lawyer or something, but his dad was like always gone, and his mom was always gone. They was like on trips and stuff. So he used to have an open house, and he had a big house because his family was well off. So even though people found him to be kind of annoying, we was young and like, you know what I mean, trying to party, and like people were trying to drink and stuff like that. And he had the constant open house. So people kind of, I guess, used him for it. You see what I'm saying? Because that was like a guaranteed spot we could all kick it. And people could do whatever, drink, smoke, or whatever, because he had this spot. So his spot became the kick it spot. Not because he was, you know, the coolest dude and everybody respected and adored him. He had the open house. You wasn't coming to my house and smoking and drinking and people throwing up and stealing stuff. I ain't never been like that. My parents would whoop my ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, it's like, shout out to Judah. It's like the kid with the rich kid with the open house. Yeah, of course people gonna gravitate. Everyone keep it cool with you because you the only one that got, or like in high school, I don't know about now. It's a new generation. Back in the day, it was harder to get a car. Do you see what I'm saying? Jobs wasn't paying what they pay now. So if you had a car in high school, when I was in high school, you know what I'm saying? You was cool. And we had friends that had like Camaros and Mustangs and stuff like that. And like you was like, oh damn, okay. So you always hitch a ride with them. I don't want to ride the bus. I don't want my parents to drop me off. So the kid with the kid who had the whip automatically is more popping because you 16, 17 and you got a nice whip that's roomy. You got a Cadillac or whatever and some beat in the back. So you automatically get, that's kind of what is looking like for Turkey. It's like, bro, you the man with the car. You the car with the speakers and you like hip hop. So yeah, we gonna ride with you. See, shout out to my boy Ray Jackson. He know exactly what I'm talking about. He said, I graduated 05. If you had a whip, you had all the woes. Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what it's like to be a kid now because I'm not a kid now. But back in the day, it was harder. Like, okay, the game, that's why I don't respect this new generation like that. Not all of them. Some of them are hard workers. But if you're like, rent used to be like $1,000, $800. I promise you, back in the day, that felt like $1 million. Like if you couldn't pay your rent You was just gonna get evicted, bro. Bro, I promise you, back in the day, coming up with $850 for your rent, like that seemed like a challenge. There was no YouTube. There was no YouTube Live. There was no Cash App. There was no gig work, DoorDash. Like now, if you befall on hard times, you could go DoorDash for a day or 2 weeks or whatever and get some money to your name if you got a whip. Or I mean, some people even do Uber Eats and all that on bikes and walking and stuff. So you had options now. Bro, if you needed a rack, it was over. Unless you did something. I'm not talking about illegal stuff, because yeah, if you do anything illegal, yeah, there's always a way to get money. But I'm talking about something that's not gonna get you arrested. If you need a rack, it's a rap. Unless you was slanging or something. That's like, bro, that's what I'm saying. We come from a harder time, bro, where coming up with a rack, that was like damn near impossible unless you did some foul. Rob somebody, gift card, credit card schemes, slanging. You had a zip, you know what I mean? Something. You damn near had to mask up. Yeah, now you got options. Just like there's no excuse for anybody to drink and drive. I mean, not that there's ever been an excuse, but for sure, you got ride shares, Lyft, Uber. There's for sure no reason to do it now because you have options to get home safely. Anyway, Canelo Crawford is not feeling like this big fight that y'all told me it was. I put that on. If I was proven wrong, I would tell y'all straight up as a man. Like, man, I was wrong. You had to hustle to get that money back in the day. Facts. You had to be creative. You had to have hustle. You had to stay up late. It was different, bro. Canelo will be the best version of himself for Crawford. He will be different in his fight. Crawford is going to have his hands full, says Johnny Garcia. We're going to see. I do feel Canelo's being disrespected. I do believe that. People are like, Crawford's going to knock him out in the first round. Hey, it's boxing. I guess it could happen, but I don't know. I feel like Canelo's giving you a lot of data points, like a lot to study. Why would that be your prediction? I don't see that. Like, even if Crawford were able to stop Canelo, he's going to have to put in work for it. Like, Errol seemed like a shell of his former self for whatever reason, the car wreck or whatever. And how many rounds did that take for Crawford to even stop Errol? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's how I know y'all are emotional and y'all don't know about boxing, a lot of you. It took 12 rounds to stop Jose Benavidez with a shot up legs. It took like 9 rounds to stop a loaded up high Errol Spence. It took like 7 to 9 rounds to stop Porters and Mean Machines. So why would you pick Crawford to stop Canelo in the first 3 rounds? When is the last fight that you felt was a major fight where anybody got stopped in 3 rounds? May Pack, no. Canelo, Caleb Plant, no. Like, what fight? Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz? He didn't get stopped in 3 rounds. Kamal Oz. Saul's capping saying Bud is better than Floyd, B-Hop, Oscar, and Tito. Yeah, bro. Canelo he doing whatever for the money. He just whatever for the money. Yeah, it's the biggest fight. Yeah, pay me. Another reason, like, if Crawford would have stopped Madrimov, then maybe it would be possible, but he didn't come close to stop it. He didn't even have a knockdown. He didn't even have a knockdown over Madrimov. And then people are like, yeah, but Madrimov, his styles do make fights. Absolutely. But so does weight. You know what I mean? And then Madrimov does fight different than Canelo, but Canelo, he got 6x, 7x the experience of Madrimov. Madrimov had 11 fights. We don't even, like, bro, I hate boxing. I hate boxing. If I didn't make this much money, I probably wouldn't even be like you wouldn't see me as much. I would just watch the fights I want. I promise you, boxing it has so many like annoying people. It's bad. Like, for example, who is Madrimov? Like, just think about it. Everyone's like, oh man, Canelo, but Madrimov did this because it's Madrimov. Who the fuck is Madrimov? Like, who is he to be like he's this gold standard in boxing where everyone looks up to Madrimov? Like, he didn't put in so much work that, everyone knows that's Madrimov. Like, what are y'all talking about? Who he even beat? Beat, not fight, but beat. Who did he beat? To be like like Kovalev. Okay, I can understand that. Kovalev put in some work before losing to Andre Ward. He put in some work. Even Triple G, who his resume was he still put in more work than Madrimov. Who did Madrimov fight prior to Crawford that made him God tier? Y'all sound stupid. He ain't beat Lamont Peterson. Bro, come on. They sound stupid. Who did Madrimov beat? He all right. He cool. But who he beat? That's what's wrong with boxing. Now you have people who are like highly regarded and they really don't have no scalps. Like in the Bay Area, you feel me? We call them hats. You feel me? He ain't got no hats. What hat did Madrimov like? This is a known guy, and everybody was checking for this guy, and Madrimov dusted them off. And then what's worse about it, is that you got, hey, if you keep spamming the chat, you gonna be Barry Bonds. Out of here. Bro, put that comment one more time, you gonna be Barry Bonds. I promise you, on Dead Homies. Do not spam my chat, bro. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, area. Yay. How did man say, am I still blocked? But he leaving comments. Y'all just be talking, bro. Oh, he put it again? Oh, hey, he put it again and Sura clapped him down. He's been shot down. Now, I'm trying to run a show. They coming in spamming my chat. We got more spam than a Hawaiian dinner in the chat. And then now, when me and my shooters block them and get them out the chat, then they're going to blame me. And they're going to be like, oh, see, Ego just blocks you. I only block you if you need to be blocked. I don't just go on a blocking spree and anybody can get it. So stop it. Anyway, back to it. Who is Madrimov? Like, who is he? Like, I know Israel Madrimov. I know who he is. But what I'm saying is, like, what is he known for? Like, he don't, like, okay, y'all know I love music. Madrimov not even a one-hit wonder. Like, Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac. Oh, my God. Return of the Mac. Once again. Bro, Mark Morrison came and for one summer dropped a nuclear bomb that's still dope. Return of the Mac. Now I try to tell you so. Yes, I did. By the time you broke my heart. Return. Okay, so using music, Mark Morrison. Oh my God. Return of the Mac. What's Madreamoff's? You lied to me. Once I got your throat that I know you. Bro, what is Madreamoff's Return of the Mac? That's Mark Morrison is a one-hit wonder. At least he got that one banger. So, what is the equivalent fight that he had that's equivalent to Mark Morrison dropping the Return of the Mac? What's his Return of the Mac? Now I try to tell you so. Yes, I did. By the time you broke my heart. Bro, that's you lied to me. All those times you said that Bud had fans, you lied to me. Bro, all those times you said that Bud had fans, you lied to me. But I do. Bro, y'all lied to me. Y'all ashy Bud buddies said that Bud Crawford had fans. All those times you said that Bud had fans, you lied to me. But I tried. But I tried to like this. I tried to like this weak ass fight. But I tried. You lied to me. Said that Nello versus Bud was big. You lied to me. Bro, y'all some fucking liars. That's all y'all do is lie. Told me once that Turkey saved this sport. You lied to me. Bro, y'all said Turkey. Bro, Turkey ain't did him up. This undercard stank. It stank. It smelled like booty. This undercard, the way Turkey moved don't even really make sense. He'll put a fight in Saudi Arabia with Better Biev and Bevel, and then he'll load up the undercard. He'll have Berlanga fighting Hamza Shiraz, and then put on a better undercard. And then he has a fight that he wants to label the super fight of the millennium, and he put the worst goddamn undercard on that. It doesn't even make sense. That's like wearing a tuxedo to the gym. But then you go to a wedding and you dress like a hobo. Bro, it don't make sense. You lied to me. Listen to, I got the analogies for yo. If every day you dressed up sharp, you like men's wear, I guarantee it. And you go to the gym and you got cummerbunds and cufflinks and you got bow ties. Why you got that for the gym? That don't even make sense. But then when you dress like this all the time you out here dressed James Bond, shaking not stirred looking at. And then you actually get invited to a wedding and then you dress down for the wedding. You wearing Crocs for the wedding. You wearing sweats with the holes like Kanye West. I just Yeezy, I just jumped over, bro. Like what? It don't even make sense. He got whatever he's saying is the biggest fight ever, and he put the worst undercard on it. He literally had a Brad Pitt fight club in New York. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. The man did a Turkey Durden, Tyler Durden, had a whole fight club. I want you to hit me as, right? Had a fight club, a duel to the death to see who's going to be on the undercard. Why are they on here? Why these little fight club people, why they get on here? It don't even make sense. Why would you do this to whatever, your biggest American show ever? Bud Buddy said he was a draw. Maury says no. Yeah, he a draw. Draw what? Yeah, he a draw 4 on Uno. Yeah, he a draw. Bud a draw. Okay. Do you like Tyson and Mayweather better than this fight? I don't care about Tyson and Mayweather. What does that got to do with nothing? They're two older fighters fighting an exhibition. I don't care about that. Well, I mean, it's cool. I know it's gonna do better views. I promise you that. It's gonna generate more. If that fight happened, it'll make more money than Rusty Bud Crawford and Payday Cinnabon. Especially if Mike get to talking that talk. Yeah, Floyd, he want to talk all this stuff and talk about I'm washed. What if I put it in his butt? Like, bro, he gonna say something stupid or crazy, and then fans be right on it. I know how you fans work. Let Mike Tyson, because he was saying all types of weird stuff to Jake Paul. Remember? Mike Tyson was like, yeah, you was that kid. You was on Nickelodeon. I seen you was dancing in your undies. Bro, remember? He said that to Jake Paul. He's like, he was dancing in the pajamas. He was in your drawers. I seen that. He said, I got an injection. I mean, erection. Bro, what the hell? Bro, that's not my words. That's what Tyson said. He said he got an erection, an injection from Jake Paul dancing in his drawers. I about cut the press conference off right when he said that, because that was wild. Bro, Mike the king of the crazy things only he can say. Come and say that to my face, you punk ass white boy. I'm gonna pull your pants down in front of everybody. Huh? Bro, the record skip. What? Bro, I know that white reporter was scared as a muff. Bro, cause you had brolic ass Tyson, and he had a Lenny Kravitz like see-through fishnet type shirt. He's like, come on this stage, pull your pants down, come and say that in front of, before I could in front of everybody. Bro, I wouldn't even want to fight. I ain't fighting nobody. You can call me a wussy or whatever. I ain't fighting nobody. If you want to get out of fighting me, that's all you gotta say. I ain't fighting nobody that said that. Cause what if you try to call his bluff and he sleep you, and then you wake up and he's just like, I told you this. What I told you this was gonna happen. Nah, bro. Hell nah, bro. Because that's too much of a gamble. You see what I'm saying? That's too much of a gamble, bro. If he really he has knockout power. We all seen him hitting Spinks and Trevor Burbick. You be the next Burbick. And you wake up and Mike Tyson, give me that butt. I want butt. Like the dude from Boondocks. I like booty. Like, nah, bro. Mike was wilding with that. What do you think about Bud's shoulder injury? Do you think it's true or cap? I don't know. I ain't really heard about. I heard people talking about it more than I ain't heard no like boxing circles outside of Twitter. I mean, who said he got a shoulder? I don't even know who the source is. So I can't really. I don't know about no injury. Mike finna bring ketchup and a fake ear to the presser. That would be funny. Yeah, I don't know about Bud being injured or whatever. How he get injured? He said them fighters on that fight club got CTE for Turkey's pleasure. Shout out to my boy Omar. That's crazy. He said they got free CTE. Bro, they got a 30-day free trial of CTE messing with Turkey. Turkey gave him a 30 days of your money back CTE trial. Had him sparring with no headgear in like 8-ounce gloves. Bro, he put them on that CTE trial run. He gave him that CTE startup kit. And boxing is a cold world. And then when the fighter talking about fee, fo, fi, flum in the interview and you can't understand them, blame Turkey. Because that's what bro, you put Bacoli in there, what, a 1 hour camp? Bro, the Bacoli had no time to train for Joseph Parker. You put him on a flight. All he could do was that little shake, that little where he was twerking. He was twerking on a jet. He got off the jet and got slept. Messing with Turkey. Bro, Turkey finna have the Beach Boys gonna get you a great ad whooping. Turkey gonna get y'all fighters banged up. That's not how you move fight. He got Crawford moving up 2 divisions. And then if Crawford win, he gonna be like, oh, Crawford, he's a historic great. I believe he should fight Artur Beterbiev. All right, put him in there with Beterbiev. He gonna be on that CTE startup kit. He gonna get that 30-day free trial CTE. Bro, Beterbiev will punch braids out of Crawford's head. Oh, but Crawford's strong. He deadlifts. Yeah, they gonna lift his dead body if he fight Beterbiev. Talk about he deadlifts. I don't care about no. All right, fight Beterbiev. Prove me wrong. Fight him. Come on, fight like a man. Please. Now I want Crawford to win so he can fight Beterbiev. Cause y'all gonna say, "Oh, Eagle, you hating Crawford? He's a switch hitter." Okay, switch hit Beterbiev. And let me see that. And let me switch. Right when you switching, Beterbiev finna. Yeah, switch hit on Beterbiev. Let me see that. Y'all think this boxing, like, the disrespectful thing in boxing is this. You think it's a video game where it's like if Crawford is at the beach fighting a bigger, like, nobody, okay, yeah, Crawford could whoop him because they don't know how to throw a punch. But Canelo, Beterbiev, like, these are all people who know how to fight back. That's what I don't think y'all understand. Y'all act like Crawford's the only one with hands. Like, we ain't seen, like, to be honest, Canelo knocking out Amir Khan, somebody the quality of Khan, a silver medalist, but ain't never did that with anyone that's Amir Khan level or greater. I'm not talking about TKO. I'm talking about where he knocked them out and they, like, dead on the ground with their eyes open. Not like Errol Spence was TKO but standing. I'm talking about where he slept him. Bud, who'd he sleep? The person he slept was David Avocado. The fight that everybody knew he was going to win. 2 Rush Hour references in 1 minute is why Ego is the best in the business. The girl don't like you. Why would they not want my help? Because they don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you. I don't care. I here for the girl. The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you. You came all this way for nothing. Bro, the crowd don't like Crawford. The girl don't like Crawford. They was booing him. That was crazy. Bro. I feel like Mexicans, they took all the rage from Ice and Trump and they put it in them Crawford boos because they was booing the out of Crawford. They was booing like they was trying to blow out birthday candles. Boo! They was booing the. They was booing Bud crazy. Like Bud was, I started feeling bad for Bud because he was looking around. They was like, boo, boo, and Bud started looking around like, what I do, man? I'm just a kid from Omaha. Bud was looking like they was booing him. They was booing him crazy, and Bomac was just like, where the vending machine? They was booing Bud crazy. Like, they were booing Bud like he Ted Kaczynski or something. I'm so sorry, bro. They booed him like he the Unabomber. They was doing too much. Boxing is so racist, bro. They booed him like he Jeff Chalmer. Like he Hannibal Lecter. Well, hello, Clarice. Like he had that. they, 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 they was booing Bud like he had the Hannibal mask on. like Bud was getting wheeled out on that little dolly with the Hannibal mask. Well, hello, Max. There once was a caretaker who tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Bro, they was booing him like he was a serial killer or something. And he got them shirts for the Mexicans. Come on, keep bringing it up. Yeah, sell them Mexicans in Vegas them shirts. They finna have a bonfire with your shit. Come on, keep bringing it up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get past it. Bud really tried to have a line of clothes for the La Raza. La Raza wasn't messing with them shirts, just like Devin Haney. They booed Bud like he Ted Bundy. Facts. Bro, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Then you got Max Kellerman. He gonna bring up the booze. They only do that to black fighters. Bro, they only do this to black fighters. Max Kellerman is like, "Hey, Bud, you're about to fight Canelo. They just called you a nigger. How do you feel?" Like, bro, what am I supposed to say to that, bro? Like, why, what type of questions are these, bro? Like, for real. They called you a porch monkey. How do you feel? Man, well, the crowd can't fight Bud. Like, I know they call me a porch monkey, but the crowd can't fight for him. Bro, like, what are you supposed to say to racism? Like, what are you supposed to say, bro? And the racists, they just be making up words. And you jazzy jabberwocky, you moon cricket. Like, bro, what is a moon cricket? Like, why I gotta be all that? Bro, these racists, they be coming up. I don't know where they be coming up with these names. Jazzy jabberwockies and moon crickets. You're nothing but a shooter snake. Like, what is that? Why I got to be all that? Why I got to be a shooter snake or whatever? You goddamn water moccasin. These racists, they don't have no chill. They just keep coming up with new words and stuff for black people. The hate makes you creative? Yeah. I guess. They be like, you welfare Wolverine. Like, what is that? What is that ever been? Welfare Wolverine. And then this how you know when they racist. Because the racists, they always try to attach certain things to black people. Like, if they want to say, like, if you pick Bud by stoppage and they want to dish you, they'll try to dish you with a black drug or what they perceive to be a black drug. Man, you smoking crack. Like, they never say, like, they never tell a black person that they smoking meth because they don't look at that as, like, black enough of a drug because there's a lot of, like, non-blacks that do meth. So they try to pick, man, are you high or something, boy? You smoking crack. It always crack. In welfare, in Section 8, whatever stereotypes they think. Jump, boy, jump. Jump, man. Welfare. Crack. Or if a white chick says she like black dudes, she like ninjas, you gonna be a single mother. You're single. You're single now. Like, what? How you know the black dude just by default ain't gonna take care of the kid? Come on, bro. Y'all racist as hell. Bro, let it be a white woman or a non-black woman that say she like nook. They gonna be like, you gonna be single. They always try to act like dating black people is a trap. It's a trap. Don't trust them moon crickets. You gonna be single. The moon crickets gonna have you. They're gonna be ready to mingle. Like, okay. They have Z-Side Bud the Jazzy Jeff treatment. They gave Z-Side Bud. Facts. Bro. Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It always got to be crack. They never say heroin or nothing. Like, it's just crack. You on that rock? You on that pookie? Like, you could be a banker. They gonna stereotype you. Get out of here, you hubcap Cadillac converter chain snatcher. Like, chain snatcher. I have a job. Like, I got to be a chain snatcher. I work at the bank. I work at the bank. You talking about chain snatcher? Who snatches chains anyway? I told you the Bud, as we get to fight week, is going to turn to the race war. You already knew that was coming. And Canelo, let me talk about him. He be coming out in blouses. You could tell he done made some money. He don't even. He come to fight week like he just got out of bed. Like he be in pajamas and blouses. He come to the grand arrival like Prince. Eat. We can tell the Radic City, can't you see? Pretty come alive. Bro, the man, I don't even know who dressed him anymore. When he first started, he had like a track suit like everybody else. Now he be coming out. When doves cry. Now he be coming out. Maybe I'm just like my father. He said, "Cause windows and my mother Benz is bulletproof, ninja." But Doc say if I get hit, I'm gonna give a concussion. Bro, he got this. He be coming out like an R&B singer now, dressed like Pinocchio. He be dressed like if I'm shy out this motherfucker. Crawford probably finna wear he be wearing the Walmart Hanes draws and like black forces. We gonna see if Crawford got the black force. And listen, I didn't study these fighters. I know they every move. Crawford might wear sometime during fight week some Tims or some black forces, and he gonna have them Walmart draws. Bro, Crawford really a hood dude, bro. He really hood, bro. You could tell by his like. Do you know the hood dudes? They always the last to evolve with the fashion. That's how I know he hood. Cause Crawford's fashion sense is always slow to react. Like he got a sidekick. He got a BlackBerry. He wearing Birdman lugs. He got the Walmart drawers. Nah, hell nah. Bro, them hood dudes, they wanted like, remember when like, because when I was coming up, baggy clothes was in. But then it started getting to like the skinnier jeans and like the more straight legs and stuff like that. But the hood dudes, they didn't want to give up the 6X white tee. They like, the levy devy, the levy devy. They still want to be on that D4L, that Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, you. They all hood dudes the last to evolve with fashion. I promise you. He got Joe Boxer on. That's what I'm saying. Bro, like Crawford still wear the boxer shorts though. Like, bro, look. Hold on. Bro, he wear the Walmart pack still. You see what I'm saying? Bro, Crawford too hood. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Bro, look at what I'm talking about. Where you take the boxes out the package and they creased up damn near. They like the shape is already formed. It's like a like a saucer. Bro, Bud does not care. Bro, you see? He be wearing the regular, like not boxer briefs. Like I wear pause, but I wear boxer briefs. He wear the like boxer shorts where like if you pee and you got a little dribble, it can shoot down your leg. Bro, do you know what I'm talking about? Bro, the boxer shorts are different than the briefs. Cause if you pee, you don't shake too good, you got a cup, you got the 3 dots of piss, it can still with the boxer shorts, it can dribble a little bit. That's what I'm saying. You see a girl, bro, your little soldier come through the little opening in the front by mistake, you get fired from work. Oh, I didn't know. Like, bro, them is different. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Bro, them little boxers where your pecker come through the front on accident. Crawford be wearing that though. Hell nah. Bro, we wore that in like middle school. Look at Eddie Garcia. Shut your ass up. Why are you talking about boxer shorts? Because you ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's why. Next question. He said the Kmart boxers in the 90s. Facts. We always have a square motherfucker come in and like try to ruin the party. Why are you talking about men's boxer briefs, man? Bro, Crawford, I don't know what the snack supplement. He went from this to the new. Bro, look at him. Bro, Crawford went from, hey, look at me. I'm the captain of the ship right now. Bro, he went from Captain Phillips to Brolic. I don't know what workout he done did. Bro, the man said, hey, look at me, bro. He got the Somali pirate body. He went from the Somali pirate body to bricked up Brolic. Listen, I'm the captain of the ship now. Heck no. Y'all better hope Crawford win. I stopped wearing those boxers in middle school because mine pop out during PE and never. I try to tell you it's dangerous, bro. You get a Me Too case wearing them boxers. You have a little wardrobe malfunction, if you know what I mean. You be the next Harvey Weinstein at your school. Hell no. Snack is Roy's. Wow. Hey, has anyone heard anything about VADA testing or like results? Like this whole fight stank. It's weird. Like Victor Conte was putting like dissertations out, all these paragraphs. Then I called them out because one of the pieces, remember the piece of paperwork he put out had 2 dates that didn't match. Y'all said I was gonna get sued. I didn't get sued. I'm still here. I'm still talking. Ain't nobody sued me. And Victor Conte responded to me saying he don't know. It must have been a clerical error. So your boy Ego pointed out a discrepancy that y'all said I was going to get sued for. I never got sued. And then now Victor Conte ain't really been posting nothing. He ain't really been posting nothing. And then now I haven't heard nothing about VADA. Like is Canelo passing? Is Bud passing? Are y'all testing? I ain't heard. You got 40,000 fighters on the undercard. I ain't heard of none of them doing VADA. Like, what's good, bro? Where's the transparency? Didn't Bud say he wanted transparency with Errol and Al Heyman? Where's the transparency with this card and the drug testing? I ain't heard nothing. And Victor Conte been radio silent. He was the one putting out Buzz tests. Bro, this fight is bogus, man. I was really trying to get into it for I just can't. It's something about it is just not to my liking. And then I think what's making it worse is they're trying to force feed you it. They force feeding you it. They talking about it's the biggest fight in the world and all, like, don't lie to me, bro. I ain't heard nothing about testing, good or bad. There's a rumor out. I didn't make no video because I gotta wait. It's in my best interest to wait on these things. So this is breaking news. Some of you guys may hear this. There's a fighter on this Canelo Crawford card who has been rumored to have failed a test for cocaine. Cocaine. That's right. I know a lot of y'all don't know about this. There is a fighter on Canelo Crawford card. I for legal purposes, I got to leave it at that. I'm not going to reveal the name because, again, I'm smarter than that. But there's a fighter who's reportedly tested positive for cocaine. I just thought you guys should know that. So yeah, they haven't done a good job. Kenya is so ghetto. Kenya, that threw me off. I'm so sorry. Kenya said, "Damn, a crackhead on the undercard is crazy." That caught me. You caught me off guard, Kenya. She said, "A crackhead on the undercard, like there's just a crackhead loose." That was so funny. I'm sorry. These guys doing lines, bro. So and then the trip about it, they saying they're gonna let him fight. Bro, get this card out of here. He's innocent. He mistakenly ate beef in a coke lab. I'm so done, bro. Get him voice of God tribute, bro. God dang, Joe Rogan. Bro, they letting the crackhead fight though. Boxing is a joke, bro. They literally like they'll let you fail a drug test and then tell the world that you failed and then give you a pass when you make up some bullshit why you had drugs in your system. Like Jaime Munguia is cleared. For what? You had a synthetic testosterone in your system. You have no real explanation, and you just get cleared. Bro, they just be letting you smoke crack, smoke rocks, and then fight anyway. Or do steroids and then fight anyway. Boxing is the Wild Wild West. I've been telling you that. Hey, we got to get the likes up. How y'all afford drugs in this economy? They ain't got tariffs on the drugs. I don't do drugs, so I don't know. Trump ain't put tariffs on the cocaine. How y'all how y'all affording gas, these grocery prices, and cocaine? That's crazy. Y'all, do you know how much of a crackhead you got to be to have a budget for crack in a recession? Like, I just thought about that. Bro, you know how like tweaked out you got to be to be in a recession, but then make money for the coke. You'd be like, yeah, I got to work a little bit of overtime this week. I got to put in some more hours so I can get my fix, if you know what I mean. Trump blew up the Connect is crazy. Bro, this fight week festivities has felt like some bullshit. And you know what? It serves Turkey right. Buzz like America's sweetheart. Shout out to Omar in the Cash App, $2. Appreciate you. He said America's sweetheart. Why was they booing him then? Okay. So peep this. The build up and promotion for this fight has been terrible. Am I lying or telling the truth? I'm going to let the fans vote. Canelo Crawford build up has been poor. Am I lying or telling the truth? And they're trying so desperate. It looks so desperate. Like they gave Canelo Crawford a UFC embedded, right? And the crazy thing is, TKO boxing, I get it. You own UFC and you work Endeavor, WWE. These are different crowds. The overlap is not that big. So that's not going to work. Like advertising Canelo Crawford to WWE fans. They don't care about that, majority of them. Same thing with UFC. If you go to the UFC embedded, there's people in the comment section complaining. I never thought I'd see Canelo on embedded. And they're like, nobody cares. They were like offended that they're like, why are you not promoting UFC Noche? Where's the embedded for that? So you guys said Dana White being in boxing was finna change the game. But the fans he's brought, I don't see no change in the game. They seem mad. They like angry that UFC is putting up a Canelo Crawford embedded before they put up, an embedded for UFC Noche or whatever fight they want it for. So the overlap audience, that's not enough, bro. And it's a 7-minute episode. What are you accomplishing there? 7 minutes of Canelo Crawford stuff. It's just been like lazy attempt. They just put up another one, 8 minutes. Someone said this feels so wrong. See, I don't like this. Someone said it takes an MMA company like UFC to show what boxing was doing wrong all along. Bro, get these UFC fans out of here, bro. Bro, listen, let's kill the noise real quick, cause I hate hearing this stupid stuff from UFC fans, bro. They be like always like, oh, boxing's dead and stuff like that. First of all, every top boxer get paid more than everybody in the UFC. You can add up multiple people in the UFC, and they not making what one Canelo, one Gervonta make. So that's for starters. That's a fact. Why do you think you have UFC fighters talking about boxing? Why do you think you have Darren Till's giving his UFC career is over, and he giving it a run in the Misfits? Why you boxing? If UFC all that, why you boxing? Why you boxing with the misfits? And now you're getting more respect than because you're undefeated in boxing. Darren Till, Tony Ferguson. Why are they boxing then? Okay. So UFC stars make horrible money they have their ears this big. They got satellite ears, cauliflower ears, rug burn, all this type of stuff. Get elbowed and knocked out and face mutilated for $2,000, $10,000, and hopefully you can get a win bonus. So I don't want to hear from no UFC person for real, for real. That's for starters. Second, this is on the weaker side of a boxing event, and you got people talking about, oh, man, UFC showing boxing how it's done. This is the worst to be honest, this is the worst of the super fights. And you talking about UFC doing it right. How they doing it right? Okay, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Does this fight feel bigger than Mayweather and McGregor? Yes or no? Okay. Does this fight, because we're in fight week, does it feel bigger than Mayweather and McGregor? Heck no. Not at all. Okay then. Does it feel bigger than Mayweather Pacquiao? Yes or no? Does anybody in this feel that this fight feels bigger than Mayweather versus Pacquiao? Actually, that's a dumb question, because if it didn't feel bigger than Mayweather McGregor, then it can't feel bigger than the number one fight. So let me step it down. Does this fight feel bigger than Canelo versus Golovkin 1? When you think of Canelo Crawford, tell me hand over heart that it feels like a bigger event than when Canelo was about to fight Golovkin for the first time. Like he's about to fight Crawford for the first time. Exactly. Everyone's saying no. Okay, let me step it down even further. When Canelo fought Caleb Plant on Showtime, did that fight feel bigger, like a bigger event? Or did this fight, Canelo Crawford, feel bigger? I'm not talking about what they're trying to lie and say, the live gate and all that. I don't care about that. I'm talking about your feeling. What do you feel as a fan? Canelo got slapped by Caleb Plant. There was pushing and shoving. Rudy said Garcia Haney felt bigger. I feel like Garcia Haney had a lot more talking points. There was like a lot going on. Ryan was acting bizarre. Devin pushed Ryan, I think. Ryan missed weight. This feels force-fed. You know what? Here's a good analogy. Canelo Crawford feels like bowling with the guardrails up. That don't feel like real bowling to me. That's what you do for the little kids, so you can't get a gutter ball. Turkey done put the guards up, the little child guards or whatever, and you're bowling. That ain't a real game of bowling. For an adult, that's cool for the little kids, but I'm talking about for the adult. This feel like training wheels, riding a bike with training wheels. This feel like bowling with the guardrails up. And they're telling you, oh, it's just as good as regular bowling. No, it ain't, because it's not the same risk as bowling without the rails. Tank versus Rolly for sure felt bigger. Tank pushed him off this. Bro, everybody who talked about Tank pushing Rolly off stage went viral. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Bro, that's what I'm saying. This don't even feel like. He said it's like balling with the rim lowered. Ugh, that's a bar. Facts. That's what I'm saying. And then when I've been saying this from the beginning, some of y'all said I was hating, but it sounds like everybody in the crowd pretty much agrees with me. And like, we have to, you can believe me or you can believe Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman he ain't even been covering boxing. He ain't been covering. I've been covering boxing daily. What do I have a reason to lie for? and I'm not employed. I'm employed by myself. So I don't have to speak an agenda. See, I'm gonna give you a little gem. One thing, always have job security because I'm an independent freelance boxing YouTuber and online content creator. I always have job security. Like they're talking about job unemployment and all that. It don't bother me. I create my own destiny. But in boxing particularly, what also secures my spot is because a lot of these media people, they're not popping. They need a handout. They need somebody, they need a team, they need others, they need somebody to pay them because they could not do what I do, right? Meaning, I produce my own content. I make all the videos. I make all the edits. So, like the first look, the graphics, all this stuff I'm doing. The thumbnail, all of it. No one, that's why I tell you I'm the best in the business. You can believe whatever you want. I am the best because no one else can do this. You see other people, they do thumbnails. The thumbnails look cheap. They don't look like no real like knowledge of Photoshop and graphical design. My thumbnails look crispy, right? My vocals, my audio is crispy. How many times, when's the last time that Boxingego had an audio issue? Where it's like, man, I can't understand his mic. Why does it sound so hollow? Why is there so much reverb? I told you I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. But this is the problem. Turkey and all them, they could keep coming out with all these shows. Mike Cappinger and Max Kellerman. No one cares because you're not going to keep it real. You have an agenda. You are probably force-fed topics or what to say, or you're limited on what you can say. People come to Boxingego because they know they're going to get that real deal, that Holyfield, that scoop. I say whatever I want. They can't. So they'll never beat me, ever. Because they got a battery in their back. That's what people don't understand. I'm giving you the sauce right now. How can you beat me if I'm Bradley Cooper? I'm limitless. You have limits. If it's a ring event, you probably can't talk bad or like have constructive criticism so much about it. Like I'm telling you, Canelo Crawford doesn't feel like a big fight. Nobody who's employed and getting paid by ring is telling you that. So you have a program you have to follow. I don't have to follow nobody's program. I am the program. I'm bigger than the program. You dig? That's the difference. That's what the part that they can't figure out. You can get LaShawn McCoy, all these dudes, and pay them. They could be in suits. You could put them in a big studio, but it is not going to trump real boxing talk, real objectivity with no agenda. You know what I mean? And that's why I'll forever be remembered in this sport of boxing. Forever. You got people who they do interviews, it's softball questions. People don't remember that. They don't respect that. You're a people pleaser. Now, I'm not going out trying to create, riffs with people. I don't. But I'm a man. I'm going to speak my mind. You know what I mean? And that's the part, they doing everything like Turkey and all them. They doing everything but the things that will get the right looks. Like, there's ways to try to make the fight bigger. Putting them in front of some fountain in Las Vegas so the water shoots up and you could get a photo op and it looks like a wedding photo. That ain't it. That's gimmicks. Boxing fans don't care nothing about that. For example, let me listen. Listen. If I get this wrong, I'll delete my last first look video. I'll delete it and I'm making money off that. I'm making money because the retention is stupid and my CPM is stupid. If I don't get this right, that means I don't really know boxing fans like I think. Do not lie to me. I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm giving Turkey and all them free game. I told you they should have just threw some bread at me. I'll help you. I'll help your ideas out. But it will cost you. Because it ain't free. You paying all these other dudes that ain't going to help you. That ain't going to help you. You got to come to the Don Dada. But listen, this is how much I know boxing fans. And if I get it wrong, I'll delete the Canelo Crawford first look, which is paying me nicely, we'll just say. You ready? Say when. Say when. Promise you I get this right. Because I don't like to lose money. Somebody say when. We got action. All right, bet. I know you guys so well. You guys would have preferred a Canelo Crawford table face-off rather than that wedding photo face-off that they did. Is that cap or fact? Let me say it again. It would have been better to get Canelo, get Crawford in a chair with Max Kellerman or whoever, and do a round table face-off where they're speaking their piece and then release it, as opposed to that wedding fountain face-off that they did. Okay, then. So I'm not deleting nothing. Everybody's saying it's facts. Because I know it's facts. Because I know boxing. And I know the fans. Because I am one. Bro, we don't care about that stupid fountain wedding picture. Turkey did it. It's like, this is what happens when you don't know boxing and you're doing things for your own vanity. You're thinking about you. That's why Turkey gotta be in all the videos. Anybody want to be an artist, want to not worry about the executive producer, the advisor, all in the video? That's why can't Dana White just be in the picture? Why you gotta be in it? Why both of y'all gotta be in it? You're doing things for vanity. You're doing things that you like. To get, like, for example, you notice on these ring cards, they always have a section to worship Turkey. Y'all, nobody ever noticed that? They'd be like, oh, and the man that brought this all together, Turkey and Riyadh season, and we couldn't have done this without you. Bro, we know who put the fight together. Saudi, Zelle, Ring, Riyadh, we get it. We see it everywhere. We don't care. We're boxing fans. We don't really care about that. I don't care if Crocodile Dundee put the fight on. To be honest, Nickelodeon. If it's a good, like, if Nickelodeon said we got Canelo fighting Benavidez, then I'm gonna have to get Nickelodeon if I didn't have it. That's how that works. I don't care about that. So they rather glaze each other and all that and then do what's right. You're not even making the right moves because you're making moves you want to make. You rather put that wedding fountain picture of Canelo Crawford that's not going to make people buy the fight. But maybe if you did a face-off and English Canelo be talking spicy. He be talking spicy. So that might have been funny, like to have Crawford like right there sitting next to Canelo. And here's the thing. It is so bizarre, the Canelo, this is why I'm going in so much. The Canelo Crawford treatment has been so pathetic that you seemingly have a bigger fight, but you're doing less for the bigger fight. What do I mean? Okay, when Tyson Fury was fighting Usyk, they were doing movie cinematic trailers, some Wild Wild West type of movie. When Bivol was fighting Better Biev, you're doing these like Braveheart movies, and no one cared about them fights like that. Like, they're cool, but you're putting them overseas. And that's a very small market, like the overseas, blah, blah, blah. Why would you invest all that money in a Better Biev Braveheart trailer, Crawford Madrimov trailer, and Tyson Fury Usyk trailer, but you're not putting that money into this fight, but then you're telling us it's the fight of the century. We can't believe you. So it's like these people do everything backwards for real. Because if I had Turkey's purse for boxing, the undercard would have been a lot better. And he had, like, why didn't David Benavidez Yard put that undercard on Canelo Crawford? I promise on everything I love, I would not complain at all. Even though I don't like Canelo Crawford as a fight, the David Benavidez Yard card that's in Saudi Arabia, right? If you move all that to Canelo Crawford, you will not hear a peep from me about the undercard. And you have the logistics to do it because it's its own card. So you got the card working, but you give that to Saudi. If you really wanted to make a splash, you could have put that. Like, imagine Canelo Crawford, Benavidez Yard is the co-main. And then right underneath that, Devin Haney and Brian Norman. And then underneath that, you have Better Bia versus Damon Nichols or whoever he's fighting. Nobody would complain. Instead, you give us Caleb Walsh and Fernando Vargas Jr., bro. And you give us these Fight Club fights starting tomorrow. Like, no, people don't care about those fights, bro. And like, you clearly don't even know the market because people have jobs. Ain't nobody watching boxing for 4 days straight. You out your scalp. How are you going to watch boxing? I can, but I know you can't. I don't have no kids, and I work for myself, and I work from home, and I have internet. I can sit up here and watch. This is my job. I can sit up here and watch boxing whenever I want, as long as I can get up for it. Most of you can't, because most of y'all are not in the exact position as a in-home content creator such as myself. That's not the American experience. I have plenty of friends and family. Not everyone can work from home and is afforded that opportunity with no kids. So people ain't watching no boxing for no 3-4 days straight. Come on, bro. So it's like the more they try, the more like goofy it gets. It's like keep getting goofier because you keep trying new gimmicks and none of them are really working for real. We don't need gimmicks in boxing. We need what we asking for. We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. We hungry, we need some food. I said I'm picking the lot and then I'm coming through blasting. What is that from? I want to see who knows they hip hop. Let's see who knows they stuff. We are hungry, please let us in. We are hungry, please let us in. We hungry, we need some food. I said I'm picking the lot and then I'm coming through blasting. Shout out to Donut. Jermaine got it. Turkey paid. Hold on, let me get this super chat. Tyler Wynn. Turkey paid Dana White top dollar to promote this event. All he's done is post memes and AI images. Dana didn't even try. And it looks stupid. Here's why. Because he got a UFC event and he's hosting lives for that. So he's basically having to do double duty. Listen, there's an old saying. If you want to catch if you're chasing two rabbits and you want to catch one, no, how does the saying go? Y'all know the saying that I'm talking about. The saying is like, if you chase two rabbits, you'll lose them both. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning you got to kind of pick one. If you're chasing two rabbits, you're not going to catch either one of them. You see what I'm saying? So Dana White doing double duty is stupid. You could have got Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn could, or Oscar or whoever, Frank Warren. These are boxing promoters. So at least they could be single-mindedly focused on Canelo Crawford instead of having to do Canelo Crawford, but also have to promote the UFC card that's on the same day. You see how stupid this is? You got the one month who has an event in combat sports that's totally separate from Canelo Crawford on the same day. Instead of just using one of the boxing promoters that you've already established trust with and done some events with, and then they could have focused only on Canelo Crawford stuff. Again, if you're chasing two rabbits, you'll lose them both. Whose idea was the wedding ceremony? Turkey. It looked awkward, too. It looked awkward, boring. Nothing happened. The face-off was whack. I ain't even going front. Dana White looked like he don't even know what to do. He looked like a fish out of water. He just all he was doing is staring at Crawford, then looking at Canelo. Staring, he had like nothing to add. He wanted this way because he's used to arranged marriages. Come on, bro. Dana looked lost in the sauce. And then Crawford, they told him to move or something, and then Canelo looked like he was unsure of what to do. Bro, it looked so stupid. And then, like, listen, I'm going to say this. Y'all can believe me, don't believe me. I don't really care. The world is watching Boxingego in my videos. Every time I make these videos, it's like I get an answer back from the boxing world in a subliminal way. So, for example, I already told you about Team Crawford stole my sling, calling Canelo Cinnabons on the Netflix show. Then I made a video, and I'm going to go over this again, where Crawford posted the little muscle picture. I said the picture looked like it had been altered through a Photoshop, right? Crawford posted today. He was like, "Oh, they say my body is photoshopped." Bro, they are watching my content. You can believe it or not believe it. Even though Crawford has me blocked, he's still responding to me. What are we talking about, bro? Crawford, and I literally put the video out, and then now he's responding. So again, you can say, "Oh, you're lying." This keeps happening. I keep saying, like, "Where's this announcement from Turkey?" Then the next day he'll announce it. They are constantly stealing your sayings and topics, ego. The whole game does that. Man fans. There was no one who said man fans before me. Loma sexual. This dude's ego is big. Do something about it. You ain't gonna do nothing. I know that. Hendrix Love. You can keep crying all you want. You ain't gonna do nothing. That's what we do know. Yeah, that's why you retracted your message, goof. Bro, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with men, bro. Why would another man care what another man is talking about or my level of confidence? What's that got to do with you? Feed your family. Oh, this guy, he got an ego on him. Okay, do something about it. Why would you care about another person's self-esteem? It's insecurities because they lack in these departments. But anyway, So Crawford, he's showing his abs like they said my body's Photoshop. Listen, I don't even have to do this, but I'm gonna explain. In my video, if you watch it back, I said the picture he posted, in my honest opinion, was a photo that had been filtered. Filtered. Like an effect had been put, levels have been changed. People think, when they think of Photoshop, because I said the word Photoshop, this is how I know Photoshop. I make thumbnails. I use Photoshop, right? People think the word Photoshop means a doctored fake photo with a fake head put on someone's different body. That's an extension of what you can do on Photoshop. Sometimes I just run an image through Photoshop, change the levels, the contrast, the highlights, the brightness. Anybody who knows Photoshop knows that. It's kind of common sense. So when I said what I said in my video, I didn't mean his muscles were enhanced on Photoshop. Never said that. I said it had been filtered. So you take a picture with a certain lighting, you increase the contrast, you increase the sharpness. Now the muscles look like they pop more. I do this for a living. That's what I said. So it's funny that Crawford's responding to that. Oh, they say that there's Photoshopped. I didn't say he didn't put the work in. I didn't say he has fake muscles that were put on his body in Photoshop. There's a difference between using Photoshop to manipulate and alter photos, which some people do, or AI, and then you can get Photoshop just like Instagram, and you can make your tweaks. That's all I said. And it's funny because people hung on to the Photoshop. Like, oh, he said it was Photoshop. Whatever, bro. And I still believe it, bro. That is not a camera raw photo, which is what I said from the jump. Like, you didn't just take a camera out the box, clink, clink, and then that's how the picture looked. Again, I know this because like, bro, he has like a smooth skin filter. You don't really want to do this with me. Y'all, like, come on, bro. He has a smooth skin filter on the photo, and y'all telling me there's no enhancement to the photo. It's just pure out the box. That's how the photo came out, with no LUTs, no filters, no effects, no smooth skin. Like, come on, bro. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all dealing with the GOAT. Watch, I'm going to show y'all. These boys can't beat me. I'm going to show y'all. These young boys can't beat me. Okay, look. So this is the picture of Terence Crawford, or one of them. So you don't see how the smooth skin, this like you don't have the smooth skin filter on here. Come on, bro. This look like DreamWorks Pixar did this. Bro, he got the he got the smooth skin, like he got the smooth skin on there. Stop playing with me. So this is just, that's what I was talking about. I didn't say his muscles were fake, bro. Bro, he got the 300 abs where it looked like it looked crazy. I never said he was not in shape or nothing like that. So people took the word Photoshop and they just assumed that I meant like it's doctored up. I never said that. Okay, so look. Look, he got the smooth skin, his skin like this. That's just a raw picture. That's what I said. He got baby skin. They didn't put that through, run it through no filters or nothing. They didn't airbrush him. All right. So again, I never said the man has fake muscles or didn't train. I said that it looked airbrushed and attenuated. So if you pull out your iPhone and take a picture of Crawford, that's how he looked. Look, why? Look, they didn't put baby oil on the boy, some bronze. They didn't put makeup on him. Stop playing with me, bro. So anyway, that's that. So Bud can respond to that. That's my response to what he said. Ego, what Canelo no one what? What Canelo no one really knows how in good shape he is gonna be looking at. Bro, I don't know if you was in a car or a roller coaster when you wrote that, but I don't know what you just said. I don't get what you said. It was like confusing. Hey, get the likes up. Let's go. So yeah, Crawford responded to my videos. I mean, enjoy. I think Bernie be watching hard like a fan. Then he goes and tells Bud. It's probably Bernie for sure watch because he took my slang. Bro, they all, but see, this is what I don't understand. The Bud buddies be like, oh, ego sucks. Okay, why watch me? This guy don't know boxing. Okay, why watch me? If listen, if if I was so out of the loop or I don't know what I'm talking about, there would be no reason for an audience. Like we have the little BART subways, the subway system out here, right in the Bay. We see crackheads on that all the time. You see what I'm saying? And these people, some people are like, they bad into drugs and things like that. You just don't pay it no mind because you know that their brain might be fried and they're just saying anything because their mind is not right. You see what I'm saying? So if I was doing these videos and it wasn't striking a chord and it meant it just made no sense, you would just sit back and laugh at me and let me destroy myself. The reason why everybody responds and why they gotta say stuff and ego said this and blah 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 is because they don't like what's being said. It's not that it's not true. They're mad that I'm saying it. And they know the content is fire and they know people are watching and believing me. If I was doing this and nobody was watching the videos, you probably wouldn't even care. But you know I'm cooking and people are watching it and it's making sense. So that's all that is. Because if not, you would treat me like a crackhead and just let them say anything. They know what I'm saying is cook up and it's everything I said. Well, I'm talking about Mean Machine coming off the Ray Robinson draw. That's all fact. They don't like that fact being put out there. Naoya Inoue and MJ, that's a good fight. I want to see that for a long time. We're going to see. MJ said Inoue was ducking him. We're going to see. You got your chance now. They all watch Boxingego, bro. You can see it. They're all these content creators. Watch what I do. Watch how I title my videos. Watch how I do my thumbnails. Watch the fonts I use. Watch how I highlight certain words and what colors I use. Then all of a sudden you'll see other content creators switch it. Like I've been doing Unpacked for how many years? How many years have I been doing Unpacked? It's been a while, right? Now people are talking about, oh, I got to get unpacked. Let's unpack this. I've been doing ego Weight Watchers for how long? Now everybody doing ego Weight Watchers is just not called ego Weight Watchers on their channel. It's the same concept. Bro, they all copied from me. They all stole. I'm I'm the pioneer in this. And the funny thing is I don't copy them. I don't even watch them to know what they're saying to copy them. I clicked on the wrong videos before because I thought it was your channel. See? Several people, what does that say? Several people your layout. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you, bro, these people be copying. When you're great, comes with the territory, bro. And again, people I don't watch content creators, so I don't know what they talking about. But they all like put it this way. You see people put my name in the title or subliminally diss me or whatever. But if I'm that bad, why do you even know what I'm saying in my videos? I don't know what you're saying in your videos. You understand what I'm saying? So that means people are actively watching to hear my talking point to rebuttal. Oh, when I highlight the words, bro, I try to tell y'all. Bro, if my talk how that's how you know I got a stronghold on the game where my opinions on my channel become content for other people. They're treating me like I'm the fighter. Ego said this. You ain't gonna do nothing. Ego did say this. You ain't gonna do nothing though. I need y'all to get the likes up. But anyway, this Canelo Crawford fight, man, it just feel weak. Dudes looking foolish with mouth wide open on thumbnail. I don't I don't do that. I'm not doing them Mr. Beast thumbnails where I gotta look shocked on every photo. I don't do that. Bro, what do I look like taking a bunch of selfies and doing all this? Bro, y'all gotta click on the videos. That is just what it is, bro. I'm not doing the Mr. Beast where I'm not doing all that. I don't got time for all that. Y'all better click the videos without all that. You know it's a Boxingego video, god dang it. Bro, you got YouTubers that are copying that Mr. Beast thing and they got 4,000 like expressive videos. I'm not I ain't doing all that, bro. I'm happy to say when Mr. Beast start doing that, I ain't never copy that. I'm so happy I didn't copy that trend. Bro, trying to make everything look scary. Yeah, bro, I had to quit. I don't got the patience for no taking selfies and all that to put on videos. Like that to me, that make me look that like Mr. Beast, it works for him. That's cool. But I feel like if I gotta do all that to make you want to watch a Boxingego video, I'm not doing my job. You won't believe what Tank Davis said. Hell nah, bro. Canelo pushed Crawford. I'm I'm not. I'll quit before I do that. A million videos like that. The fuck? Boxingego gets exposed. Whatever. And the funny thing is, People said Boxingego been exposed for like 10 years. But my paycheck getting fatter. So when that exposed stuff come, let me know. let me let me know when I get exposed. Let me know when I get exposed. Because 10 years ago, y'all was saying that. Mr. Shaw, what's up? We got a $2 cash app. I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Mr. Shaw. Tank Davis said what? And then the Home Alone. Yeah, I'll be glad when this Canelo Crawford is over. I hope they both get knocked out. I ain't gonna hold you. I hope it's a double knockout, y'all. I cannot hold you. This fight is like making my balls itch. I hope it's a double knockout on Netflix. That's the only like suitable outcome. This fight has been pissing me off from the beginning. I hope Crawford connects something vicious, and at the same time Canelo connect with something vicious. They both are like, "Ugh," and get knocked out. That'll be funny. Double knockout. God dang it. It's gonna be some controversial. People aren't gonna be happy. People are gonna be talking about boxing. Will you be shocked if Canelo got knocked out? Actually, yes, I would. Knocked out? Kerwin, what's up? Best in the business, absolutely. Yeah, bro. Boxing is not meant for that. You should like listen. I'm gonna say it like this: if Crawford knocks Canelo out and it looked fake as right, if he knocks him out and it looked kind of like Kovalev and Canelo, it's gonna leave more questions than anything else. So yeah, if that happens, people are gonna be like snack, 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 Conti, and then they're also gonna be like, was Canelo how washed was he? And they're also gonna be like, Crawford's a weight bully. He should have been up in it. Like, just think about that. If you have the power to knock out Canelo, who's never so much as been dropped, let alone knocked out, doesn't even really get rattled, then you probably are kind of a weight bully. Because how do you just move up after a year layoff with gray hairs in your beard, and then you just knock out Canelo Alvarez? It seems to defy what we've come to expect, especially coming off of the Madrimov, where you didn't even knock him down, let alone knock him out. So yeah, I mean it can happen. I don't care if Canelo get knocked out. Canelo ain't fighting who I want to see him fight anyway, so I don't really care. If that's what happens, is what happens. He should have fought David Benavidez. But if that happened, I would be rather surprised. Because it don't make, to be honest, it don't really make much sense. You have one fight at 154 and you barely scrape by that. And then now you're moving up to 68, where Canelo's been there for 6 to 9 years, 160 or above, and you just knock him out. I don't know. Something is off, to be honest. That'll look weird. I think Crawford more realistic if you're gonna pick Crawford, and I'm not telling you to pick him, but if you were, it would be by him confusing and frustrating Canelo and outboxing him. I feel like that's a more like realistic approach to the fight. Like annoy and frustrate Canelo. But him just and Canelo just get knocked out. I don't know. I'd have to see how it played out to really making I have to see how it looked. Because if it looked like anything capped, like Canelo took a dive, then I'm gonna be hot. So I'd have to see how it played out. I have to see how it played out. But to be honest, this whole thing seemed fabricated, bro. It seemed fabricated. because I still don't subscribe to Crawford has the resume he has and then fights people after getting shot, stabbed, car wrecks, um, signs of deterioration, and then you just fight them, and then now you're on the Mount Rushmore. Them older fighters wasn't doing that. Like, you can't tell me everyone Muhammad Ali fought got shot up in the legs, got ejected from moving cars at high rates of speed. Come on, bro. So I don't even. That's another reason I don't like this fight, because it don't really mean anything either way. Straight up, on paper, it's gonna look like it means a whole bunch, but it really doesn't. I've been telling you for a minute, well before Crawford signed up to fight Canelo. See, and this is what Crawford tries to do. Crawford will take these certain fights, and then he'd be like, man, y'all was saying this, but then after I beat him, you try to say, no, no, no. My videos are still up, so that don't work against a muff that's intelligent like me. I've been telling you that Canelo has had a decline. Anybody who watches boxing can see that Canelo is not spry. He's not a spring chicken. So this was well before I even knew Crawford was fighting against Canelo. The videos are up and dated. Like, when he's fighting John Ryder, I'm like, Canelo didn't look that good. You were in Mexico, the motherfucker about your size. You look like brothers out this bit. You hurt him and broke his nose, dropped him, and you couldn't finish him. I said that. You couldn't finish Mugia, couldn't finish Berlanga. You seen Hamza Shiraz just go in there and destroy Berlanga. Destroyed him. Canelo's not stopping guys like that. You see what I'm saying? You didn't destroy Charlo. Like, you beat him every round, but I'm talking about like where the ref has to stop it type of thing. So before this fight was even agreed, I've been telling you Canelo's been on the slide. It's just what it is. So Bud get to like pretty much okay, here's an example. It's the same thing that Canelo did to Kovalev. It's an advanced cherry pick. I've been told y'all how this game works. I don't give a who you are. You cannot convince me that the Kovalev that Canelo fought was the same one that Andre Ward fought. Period. I covered the Andre Ward, both of those fights with Kovalev. I was there. I was close to the ring. I remember what I seen. Kovalev was the crusher when he was on HBO fighting Jean Pascal twice, when he was fighting Ishmael Salak. You guys don't even know who these people are, because I know y'all don't even know boxing like that, a lot of y'all, right? When Ward fought him, you can't tell me the version after Ward destroyed him in the rematch, after he almost got knocked out by Anthony Yard, after he was on a quick layoff or a quick comeback from the Yard fight, after he got knocked out by leader Alvarez, that the version that Canelo fought is the same. Canelo also did this with Shane Mosley and Carlos Baldomir. You're fighting a 40, 41-year-old Baldomir, 40-year-old Shane Mosley. Name, but then you're fighting him at the end of their rope. So cool. Pacquiao did it with De La Hoya. That was De La Hoya's last fight. De La Hoya was already a legend. He didn't have to fight Pacquiao. So in boxing, it looks good, but context actually matters. And it just so happens that Mr. Bud Crawford in his career continues to keep getting these luck of the draw fights where he gets to fight somebody where they're not in the prime of their career. Put it that way. He did it with Cotto too. Exactly. He was way bigger than Cotto, and Cotto had been through wars and Margarito cheating. That's boxing for you. So I would say this if Canelo was fighting anybody, because I've always said this about Canelo. So people are hyping this up, right? They're like, oh man, if Crawford beats him, Canelo is beatable. To be honest, he is beatable. And he's not the biggest guy at 168. Crawford damn near looks bigger than him. And he's on the decline. But what Canelo has in his side is strength, size, and it looked like he's really trying to get up for this fight. So it's just a weird fight, to be honest. It's a weird fight. And the same goes for Canelo. How can I give Canelo a bunch of credit for beating another welterweight? You did it with Jose Cito. You did it with Shane Mosley. You did it with Jermell Charlo. I mean, he wasn't a welterweight, but he was 54, close. And then now you're doing it with Crawford. So I've already seen, and Amir Khan, you did it. You see, I've seen Canelo continue to beat guys from 147 to 154 at higher divisions. Who cares? So that's another reason it's not a super fight. That's why the stakes don't feel as high. This is actually a dumb fight. It's really a dumb fight. And I feel like we're going to see that. We're going to see how dumb this fight is, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you have the real quality fight, there's upside for both people. That's how you know. Like Manny Pacquiao, I believe he's going to him beating Floyd would have been legendary because Floyd was still Floyd and he still was undefeated. So there is incentive for Manny Pacquiao. Right? There was incentive for him to beat Floyd. Floyd, this was your nemesis that people said could beat you, in the southpaw that said people said he was going to give you props. So May Pac offered a storyline where to win as Floyd, it solidifies you. If Pacquiao were to have won, then that would have been, you would have been the guy that no one else could beat. So those are real super fights where both people have an upside to it. This is not. Canelo doesn't, Canelo's better than Chavez Sr. and Salvador Sanchez for fighting another welterweight. Okay, Bud's better than Sugar Ray Leonard and Ray Robinson because he beat Canelo, who everybody has said is on the decline. He hasn't stopped someone since Caleb Plant in probably like 2019. It's not that great of a fight, bro. And you can say I'm hating or whatever. It's not. It's just not that great of a fight. And I don't subscribe to like rapid weight class moving, no tune-ups. They could have did this a whole lot better. And real boxing heads like myself, we would have understood it a little bit more. If Crawford beat Fundora and then beat someone like Carlos Adames and then fought Canelo, I could maybe do that. I would be like, okay. But still in the higher weight classes, he's still stupid hard to beat. But he gave us one fight. He like Ray J. Bud like Ray J. He gave us one wish. And as a matter of fact, there was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. Don't act like you don't know. Sitting at home and your mama live. Bro, the man is Ray J. He gave us one wish. You gave us one whack at Madrimov fight. You gave us one wish like Ray J. As a matter of fact, there was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. Don't act like you don't know. Sitting at home in your mama's living room. Girl. Bro, one wish. You the new Ray J. You. Sexy, can I just pardon my manner? Girl, how you shake it? Got a ninja like, hey. It's a Kodak moment. Let me go and get my camera. Bro, Ray J, you beat one person, and now we're supposed to see you travel all these other extra weights just because Mark Kriegel and Max Kellerman and Turkey and all these other people is selling it to you. I'm not buying it, bro. Again, if Crawford did a little more from 54 to 68, preferably on the 60 to 68 side, then I'll be all in. I don't even know. Like, let's be real. Hand over heart. Do you know that Crawford can beat other top guys that have been at 168 in the last 5 years? So if I came out with a squad of 5 names or so that have been fighting at 168, shout out to Kendra, what's up? 5 people. Tell me what Crawford's record would be. Mark Kriegel said Bud's mentality is more fierce than Jordan. Get him out of here, bro. He was stuttering on camera. He out of here, bro. More fierce than Jordan. That sounds stupid. Okay. So I'll name 5 people that have been at 168. Tell me what Bud's record would be if he fought all these 5 people. David Benavidez. No, we'll just do 5-0, 0-5, 3-2. We'll do it like that. Not his. Don't add it to his record. That's too confusing. David Benavidez, David Morrell, Diego Pacheco, Demetrius Andrade, and Caleb Plant. That's a nice 5. Those are all realistic 168-pound fights in the last couple years. I know 2 of them moved up to 75. What would Bud's resume? We're not even talking about Canelo. Get Canelo out your head. Pause. Just using these 5 people, how many would Bud beat at 168? His record would be 2-3. Okay, what 2? What 2 does he beat? And that's being generous. What 2 does he beat? So he would have a losing record. Y'all saying 2-3 like Jordan. Yeah, I seen more 2-3s than Jordan. Okay. You think he beats Andrade and Plant? I don't know, bro. Plant and Pacheco? I don't know. Pacheco's 6'4", bro. 6'3". I don't know. I don't know that, but see, that's what I'm saying, y'all. I don't know. Bud beats Boo Boo and Plant. Andrade, the ugly fight, to be honest. I don't know, bro. I don't know what his record would be, but I don't. It would be. Most people had it losing. Put it that way. Somebody said 1-4. I seen 0-5, and the rest were like 2-3. So he would still have a losing record with these other fights. No one picked him to beat Benavidez. No one picked him to beat Morrell. So that's 2 off rip. 1 more, and he has a losing record out of 5. Damn, I'm good. Ego, he skipped past everyone at 168 to fight Shao Kahn in the top Mortal Kombat. And now, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't do the Mario 3 warp whistle. I didn't hear you say Caleb Plant. I'll change mine to 1-4. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not your weight class. These guys are all decently big. Some of them are big punchers. I don't really know who you can beat at that, to be honest. Bud's a great fighter, but I really, hand over heart, I don't know that you would have success. So let's say I grew up watching Ninja Turtles. There were steps to get to Shredder, to get to Krang. That's the last motherfucker you see, right? The Ninja Turtles don't just walk into the Technodrome and then fight Shredder. They don't just waltz into the Technodrome and they get to fight Krang.
Shredder, what? What is Shredder? We must get to the portal.
Bro, you can't just fight Krang. And if you did, it wouldn't make for a compelling show. You didn't beat Rocksteady and Bebop. You didn't beat the Foot Clan. You didn't beat the Baxter Stockman, that fly dude. You didn't beat the Rat King. You ain't beat nobody, bro. And you just walk up and fight Shredder. It'd be a season 1 and done. Now I wouldn't even care about the show.
Shredder, you must let the Bud Bunnies. The Bud Bunnies are from Omaha.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I treat this like real life. Like,
Shredder.
Bro, that's how Krang always used to say.
Shredder.
You always used to say his name like that, bro.
We mustn't let the turtles get to us. brother Crawford, we must hate that.
Bro, I wouldn't even care about the Ninja Turtle. He just walk in and fight Shredder, and then whatever happened. Like, I'm done with the TV show now. Like, treat this like boxing should be treated like one of your favorite Sopranos or Wednesday, one of them TV shows. They don't give you the best episode first. You got to wait to the season finale out this month. Something is wrong with bro. Why got to be something wrong with me? Because the Bud-tastics. That's how the Bud Crawford fans.
Brother, we mustn't use a lotion.
That's how the Bud buddies sound when you tell them to use some lotion.
No, I don't want no arena, Shredder.
Bro, yeah, put Bud with M. Billy. Yeah, put him in there with M. Billy. Yeah, fight M. Billy. They're like, oh, he spars Lester Martinez. I don't give a. That's your friend. I don't care about that. Lester Martinez is not proven either. Well, who he beat? Who Lester Martinez beat? He fighting on Pro Box. Come on, bro. You talking boxing with a real one. Who Lester Martinez beat? There's a lot of guys that look the good. They look to be the goods until you put them in there with the goods. We ain't seen Lester Martinez in there with the goods. So how we know how good you are? You ain't even been good with the goods, bro. Bro sound like Adam Sandler. That's how the Bud Crawford fans say.
Oh, Penguin, come back to Omaha. In Omaha, everything is real nice. They treat you real good in Omaha. And nobody used the lotion. No lotion on the skin.
Bro, that's the Bud Buddies. They sound like Billy Madison. Don't blame it on me. And they try to justify this stupid stuff. Like, why should he just cut in line? Benavidez has been calling out Canelo for 10 years. Oh, don't you worry about it, because Bud is ambidextrous. Bud Crawford, he get to go both ways. Like a bisexual. He go both ways. Bro, that's the Bud Buddies logic. Because he a switch hitter, he get to cut everybody in line. My boy Morrell can't get no Canelo shine. David Benavidez can't get no Canelo shine. Oh, but Bud Crawford, he got the braids. He got braids and it go both ways. And like, man, I don't know. Canelo might be too big. Oh, Oh, shampoo is better. No, conditioner. Ooh, Veronica Vaughn. Oh, the shampoo. You didn't say they were Errol Spence? Bro, these people are obsessed with Errol Spence. You say anything about the current. Oh, but Errol Spence, how come he didn't do that? You didn't do that with Spence. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, they're homies, bro. You guys still talking about Spence. My boy in Jamaica, he done grew his hair out. His kids done got older. His kids damn near in college. Oh, but Errol Spence didn't do it. So why do you think Canelo could do that? Bro, these people are idiots. It's a pity that y'all look like idiots. Shout out to Kenny Moore. Dog. Yeah, dog. What I'm doing, my man's in them is doing, dog. Bro, that's how the Bud Buddies act. That Bud-tastic. You bring up anything, they bring up Errol Spence. Like, man, Bud broke up with his baby mom. Oh, but Errol Spence. What about Spence? Like, what does Spence got to do with Bud breaking up with his baby mama? Like, you can't have no conversation. You can't have no conversation without Errol's name coming up. Like, man, what time is it? Oh, Errol Spence know what time it is. Bud showed him what time. Like, oh my God, bro. That's why I don't even try to talk to these dudes, bro. It's just Spence. They Spenced out. And the funny thing is, Spence got whooped and still got more fans. Shout out to EJ. Bro, he got whooped. He got cooked. And he still got more fans. I do an Errol Spence video, it guaranteed people interested in watching. And, oh man, I want Errol to come back, man, down strap season. So Errol still got a crazy following, considering he ain't fought since 2023. Let Bud not fight from 2023 to now, 2 years. Out of sight, out of mind. Book it. If Errol, bro, they're lying to you saying that Canelo Crawford is huge. If Errol and Charlo dropped right now, more people would be talking about Errol and Charlo. If they were fighting and it was announced, more people would be talking about it. Don't get mad. I'm only being real. Yeah. Shout out to EJ. Still got a bigger following. How you cook a man is following still smaller. Your following is still in the cornfields, letting Canelo fans outrank you. See, the Canelo fans, they can afford to get to Vegas. The Bud Buddy said they was going to tear up Vegas, but then didn't show. So when the Canelo fans was out there booing Bud, they just allowed it to happen. They allowed that man to get booed crazy. He was like, what time is it? Work time. Boo! They was booing everything. Ask them what his best win is. They're going to say Ricky Burns. Just to not give Errol Spence credit. So they're going to be like, oh, Ricky Burns, but Ricky. What about Ricky Burns? Bro, ain't nobody care about that. I don't know, bro. I got to see how Bud responded to Canelo punches. Because he did an interview. He said Gamboa hit him the hardest. If Gamboa hits you the hardest, you better not let Canelo connect with nothing flush. You better have Canelo hitting fresh air all night. Because if you think Gamboa is the hardest puncher you fought, because Canelo, he got slow feet, but he has good feints and good setups and fast hands. So if Canelo connects something, I don't care what none of y'all talking about. If Gamboa is the hardest puncher you fought, if Canelo can connect, then you going to feel something. You're going to feel that. The thing that's scary with Bud is he fights so gung-ho. So if he get hurt, he's just going out on his shield, which works. But then against a bigger person, it might not work, bro. If I feel like once we see how Canelo looks from Bud shots, like if Bud lands some sneaky shots and it looks like Canelo's like, man, I gotta watch this guy, then that favors Bud. That's good for Bud. But if Canelo takes his first big shot from Crawford and it has no effect on him, and he's like, eso, Bud's gonna get cooked at that point. So I guess the story of it is how if Canelo lands hard and flush, how Bud responds, and what type of power Bud has, like how much power carried up, or does he have like respectable power at 68 without properly acclimating in the traditional way? You know what? I'm telling you the game plan right now. If Canelo follows my game plan, he'll win. Feint. If Canelo jabs, feints, and goes to the body, and obviously stays like responsible defensively, he wins. Canelo has great feints. So if he do that, like punching the arm and punching the body, don't headhunt Bud. That's not good, because Bud is still kind of fast. So I wouldn't even worry about the headshots. if you invest to that body, ooh, do all that ooh to the body and try to break Bud's ribs, because when you attack the body so viciously as the bigger man, right? You can't be sloppy about it because Bud is crafty. So you can't just like ooh and just like try to rush him or something. You got to be strategic. But Canelo knows that. He's 60 plus fights in. And he's just Canelo got some good defense and upper body movement. Jab, 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 jab. Arm, 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 arm. Body, 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 body. And he just beats that up. I think he would break Bud up that way. Canelo got to fight. It's weird because he has to be aggressive, but not reckless, if that makes sense. Like, he can't just be mindless and just think Bud's a punk. That's stupid. But if he takes his time and like tenderize the meat and try to break Crawford's ribs, I think that, because like who really went to the body on Crawford like that? Who had a crazy body attack on Crawford? Name the fighter that had a dedicated body attack against Crawford and consistent throughout the rounds. Canelo has beautiful feints, beautiful hooks to the body, especially. Bro, who just beat up Crawford's body? Because right now he looks small and he looks lean and he looks ripped. You don't have that much padding though. You still a smaller guy that moved up. The smartest thing is if Canelo jabs, feints, and try to destroy the body. Like, I'm talking Sor Rungvisai when he fought against Chocolatito in the rematch. See, I know my boxing. Hopefully y'all remember what I'm talking about. The rematch, the first fight I was at in New York, it was on the Triple G Jacobs card. But the rematch, Rungvisai was like destroying Chocolatito body, bro. He was destroying his body. And he was putting everything in them punches. I heard him. He was like grunting when he was doing it. If Canelo has that dedicated body attack, that's going to be hard for Crawford because Crawford still is a smaller man. Okay, here's my little tip for boxing. Whatever your person does good, you got to use it against them. So, like, if your person's coming out of retirement and older, a body attack is great. You want them to feel like Pacquiao. Barrios could have won the fight outright, but he was too respectful of Pacquiao. The thing that Barrios should have did is try to dog Pacquiao a little bit. That motherfucker ain't fought in 3 years. He like 46 years old. Make him feel 46. You feel me? So Canelo is smart. So if Canelo has that right approach where he's like, this man is coming to my division. Block JR Smooth. Gotta go. When they hate, donate. You a bum. Get him out of here. Bye, bum. Block JR Smooth. You ain't that smooth because you just got blocked. You are now watching Block TV. Bro, I would do the Canelo trick that he did on Bevel and that he did on Caleb Smith. Bud is not used to those type of tactics. Ain't nobody punch Bud's arms into a Charlie horse. If Bud get in there and can't lift his arms, and his bicep is tender because Canelo and do that and punching and chopping and make the small guy feel small. Like, ooh, what did I get myself into? If he lets Bud's like a sports car. If he let Bud get off to the races and start having a good show, it's going to be hard for Canelo to catch up. You see what I'm saying? Block JR Smooth. Any shooters. Block him. Get JR Smooth out of my chat, bro. When they hate, donate. They only here to cause distractions. Canelo don't want to get in no crazy deficit because then you're not catching Bud, in my opinion. Damn, the shooter. Okay, shout out to Prince Savage. Thank you, my guy, bro. Canelo, if he's like, my wording for it, maybe not the perfect word, semi-aggressive. I don't think reckless aggression would be great because Crawford's a pretty fast thinker. So not reckless, but like methodical, tenderizing and aggression. Like you gonna feel that. Like you know who did pretty good for somebody who's not known for like skill? Wilder when he fought Tyson Fury in the third fight. Watch that fight back. If you watch round 1, that's what Canelo needs to do. By the end of round 1, Tyson Fury's belly was red because Wilder was dumping vicious body shots. Vicious body shots. Wilder was fighting at a bigger weight that really wasn't his weight, so I think he gassed out. But Wilder had a great body attack on Tyson Fury, and I know that hurt. That's pretty much what Canelo should do. I would try to break Crawford's ribs, bro, methodically. And to the point where, like, Crawford is the type of person, like, he like a wild animal. Hey, just hear me out. He like a wild animal, and instead of tussling with this wild animal, you're better off using brains over bronze. Does that make sense? Like, for example, let's say I'm a hunter, I got a pistol and a knife, and there's a wolf, right? That pistol and the knife, is cool, but that wolf might be faster than you. So if you get in the wrong fight, the wolf gets your throat, it's a wrap. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of how Crawford is. So the better thing is, instead of trying to take the head up fade with a wolf, is to outsmart the wolf. Like lead it into a trap, and then there's a bear trap, and it clamp on the legs. Now the wolf is at your mercy because it's debilitated, and his leg is caught in a bear trap because you used intelligence. So that's what that's what Canelo should do for Crawford, meaning methodically beat him down and take away, like punch his arms so his arms get heavy. He already has extra weight on him. You know what I mean? So you can feel good for 2-3 rounds, and in the back half you're like, man, why am I breathing so heavy? Why I feel so add on to that. Add on to that lack of oxygen, and legs feel heavy, arms feel heavy, by pounding his body, pounding his arm, boom, boom, boom. Not trying to knock him out, but breaking him down. And then in the back half, you just keep building on that. Body, beat up on the arm, beat up arm, touch anything you can, arms, hips, paralyze. You know, if you get hit some places on the hips, it'll like almost paralyze you. Not like permanently, but it'll numb your whole leg. It happened to Marcos Maidana. I think it was in the fight with Jesus Soto Caras. No, it was Marcos Maidana and Jose Cito Lopez. One of them got punched awkwardly in like a weird spot, and they almost had to stop the fight. Just go watch it. I know my boxing. It's okay. It's like Maidana couldn't like walk or something. He had to shake it off. That's what Canelo should do. Don't try to like get lured into the wrong fight and outsmart Crawford and all that. Canelo, he kind of did that with Mayweather. That was just stupid. You're trying to outbox a master. So I think Canelo's gonna have to mix it up and like kind of debilitate Crawford to the point where he's a sitting duck instead of trying to like necessarily go in and get it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. See, I give real breakdowns to like, and notice my breakdown. There ain't no love lost. I'm just telling you what both guys can do. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they have crazy slants. Like they're only giving advice to one guy. Crawford, what he could do. My bad, I had a burp. Chipotle. What Crawford can do is just make Canelo reset. Pot shot, make him reset, frustrate him. Kind of like William Skull, but if need be, hold your ground and like make sure Canelo knows it ain't sweet, that there's something coming. Like, damn, that punch just missed me. You know what I mean? So those are what both fighters can do in this particular fight. He will turn out like he did with Charlo. I mean, that's definitely possible. You're a smaller person. I mean, I'm curious if that happens. I'm curious if Bud stays in that, because do you know, if you feel outgunned and like outmatched, do you know how hard it is to like, hey, I'm just gonna get knocked out on Netflix by still trying to push my issue. You gotta be very strong minded to do that, because it's like a samurai. Like, as a samurai that I'm going on the battlefield. If this don't work out, then I'm out of here. So Bud gonna have to be a savage. If he gets into dire straits, I want to see him do what he's been doing, fight, fight. Like, if Canelo's been beating the out of you and having his way, I want to see Bud do what he did to these other guys, where he's like, F it, balls to the wall, fight fire with fire, because that could get real ugly, or maybe you can create some luck in there. So it'll be interesting. I just hope it's not a blowout for the sake of boxing. If it's a blowout, that's going to be whack. AJG, what's up? $5. I appreciate you. They must not know anyone get to smoke here. Canelo has got it too. No man is safe. You are unbiased here. Here for the sport. No man whatsoever. That's why I find it funny. Shout out to AJG. These idiots be like, oh, ego. What are you going to say if Crawford wins or if Canelo wins? I don't care. I don't even like the fight. I don't really care who wins. My paycheck going to be good. So that's all I care about. I told you, I'm in this fight for the money. That's literally why I'm doing these videos. For the money. Certain fights, it's the money, but I also really like the fight. Like Brian Norman and Devin. I even like David Benavidez and Yard. This ain't one of them. I'm doing this one for the money. No excuses for Bud if he's supposed to be at 168. Yeah, they keep saying that, so don't be like, oh, I was too small, I dared to be great. Nope. No participation trophies. You get cooked, you got cooked. I'm not getting, oh, man, he tried something. I don't have sympathy for that. You the one that tried this. You the one that said you could beat him. So you're not getting like, oh, he was a smaller guy. You look bigger than Canelo anyway. So, yeah, Bud is definitely not getting participation trophies. Listen, we going to kill that noise. If Bud loses, if he does lose, we going to kill that noise immediately. Oh, he dared to be great. He did something different. Oh, he took the risk. I still respect. Nope. If you got cooked, you got cooked. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like your mama told you don't play with fire. You got 3rd-degree burns. It's like, I'm not feel sorry. Your mama told you. She told you not to touch that fire and grease, and you was playing with it. So you got what you got. I'm from that school. And the Bud Buddies, they sound delusional to me, bro. Here's why. It's how they talk. Like, I haven't heard a Bud Buddy breakdown that's realistic. Like, the Bud Buddy breakdowns that I'm hearing, it sounds like Bud's Superman and he invincible. And it's like not rooted in reality. Like, I feel like you can love Bud, you can be rooting for him, you can pick him. But it has to have, like, there has to be some worry given uncharted territory. But the Bud Buddies, they're like, no, Canelo sucks. And Bud's going to chop him up. It just sounds like too rah, rah, rah to me. Like, people say I have a horse in the race, but I'm objectively giving you both sides of the story. I don't care. It is what it is. It's not my fight. I'm not fighting. It's them. You know what I mean? And people are like, and people just sound too, anybody who's like rah, rah, rah with their prediction, I don't believe you. Because, like, and you start saying stuff, oh, but Usyk, bro, what does Floyd, Mayweather, and Usyk got to do with Bud? Usyk got a better resume and he a heavyweight. And Floyd is God tier and Bud is not done what Floyd's done. And then people are like, oh, but he knocked out all the welterweights. Bro, who he beat, though, at welterweight? Put it this way. Okay, hold on. Everybody that Bud fought from 140 to 147, would Jerron Boots Ennis beat them in the same condition they showed up to fight Bud? If not, tell me who that Bud beat from 140 to 147 you think would beat Jerron Boots Ennis. See, this is why I cook y'all. Answer the question. Name somebody that Bud Crawford. Okay, F it. Career-wise. Name somebody in Bud's whole career from 140 or 135 to 147 that Jerron Boots Ennis would lose to. And I'm not going to say Madrimov because people said he lost to that. So that wasn't like a clean win. But all of his wins at 35 to 47 were pretty clean. Name one person that Boots would lose to. Thomas Delorme? Boots losing to him? Indongo? Boots would lose to an Indongo? Bro, the man's resume is not that good, bro. Errol Spence after the crash? Gamboa's beating Boots Ennis? Like, come on, bro. And then Bud be like mad and salty when people talk about his resume. Man, they try to say that they wasn't nobody. Thierry Jean beating Boots. So Boots is unproven. He's younger. You think he would lose to any of these people? Victor Postal? Name Ricky Burns? Like that, you say that's your best win. Boots would lose to your best win, Ricky Burns? So take the Ricky Burns of that time and the current Boots and put it in a fantasy smorgasbord, and you tell me Boots is losing to any of those guys? Come on, bro. I can't think Mean Machine. I don't think Mean Machine beats Boots. I definitely don't think Thierry Jean and Ndongos beat him. John Molina ain't beating him. I mean, who? Jose Benavidez after being shot is going to beat Boots? Come on, bro. So you have to understand a lot of this be politics. Bud is getting opportunities now that his resume don't really demand. It's just Turkey's his boy or whatever, so he's just trying to fit him in these positions. Like, oh, I wish I worked with you earlier. You didn't. And Bud's career is what it is, and now you're trying to make up for it. But if you really want to do right by boxing, you would have kept Bud. You would have kept Bud at 54. There's so many better fights at 54 for him that I think people see. This is what happens when you try to force feed people. If Bud stayed at 54, there are good dynamic fights for him. Boots, Murtazaev, Virgil Ortiz, Fundora, Keith Thurman's there now, right? Any of these fights, I think, would have a bigger buzz because it doesn't require a radical move. It's a move where he was already a champion. And we at least seen him one time at 54. Now he's in uncharted territory. We just got to hope he maintains everything that he showed in lighter weight classes, 2-3 weight classes above. It's dumb, bro. I've never been a fan of this fight. And I strongly believe after the fight happens, we will see why I've been saying what I've said. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll admit it, which is not likely. But in the event, we'll admit it. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm out.